Oh my god, there are people here. Jesus, my voice is even more dead. I was confused where the channel points were. I wanted to buy the first VIP of the day. That's how I know you're good at dealing drugs. And that means the system is effective. Maybe we should add more of like daily redemptions, but I guess one person would redeem all of them. What if we made like 2 VIPs you can redeem instead of 1? Yes, there we go. What is the video capture device? Okay, delete that. Don't know what that is. Delete that. Okay, that's my webcam. Do not delete that. Okay. Anyway, welcome. I just sold almost all shares of everything that I hold. And I invested about half of it back into Intel. Intel to the moon, guys, okay? Anyone owns an Intel processor and shit? Congrats on becoming rich. It's not like... They kind of went down since the last time. But it's still like a decent chunk of money. But I put most of it back in the market just now. Just in a different... We're going from meme stocks into Intel. I'm thinking of putting the other half into ETFs, which I still need to do, which is basically like a safe-ish fund. But that would basically leave me with no cash whatsoever. Which is we're gonna go back to like long holding. So I guess we're gonna see how that'll go. Bread cooker is on its way. Now the bread cooker is only gonna happen if this reaches. You can make another. You can make another line. The bread cooker is only gonna happen if we reach this green line. As you can see, we're slightly far away. We're slightly far away from the green line. I don't think it's actually gonna reach it. So, investing B-Stream next. I mean, we're studying, right? So we're studying how to be an investor, and we're learning today. Okay, we're learning today. Hello, hi. No, the problem was that my voice was rather fine until yesterday's stream, and then I woke up today feeling like a piece of shit. Because it wasn't that... Speaking for like 5 hours yesterday on the stream was a fucking... Yeah, probably not the best idea of my life. But it's fine. I am now reminded of how my nose is clogged. I love when you go into autopilot mode and you don't think about how clogged your nose is. And then you manually think about it. And then you're fucked. And now all of you are manually thinking about it. So all of you are fucked. You can thank me later. Aye. Anyway, guys, how's your day today? I love blowing my nose into fucking utter nothingness. So, Where's my thing? Yeah, we got a few things, guys. Okay. Today we're becoming a psychologist. Basically, we just need to get through like 7 lectures. We got like 7 lectures to go through, and all of them are in Lithuanian, which I mean makes it all the more fun. That makes it all the more fun. I don't know. It starts with 4. Actually, I know why it starts with 4, because the other ones were the seminars, which I renamed, but I was too lazy to rename the lectures. I guess if you ever wanted to become a psychology student, okay, wait, let me have my password saved there. Probably shouldn't show that. Okay. Yeah, if any of you ever wanted to become a psychologist, guys, okay, today's the day that we become a psychologist here. The entire chat is gonna be educated in the ways of becoming a pogcologist, guys. Okay, what do we have to begin with? We got some theories. Also, all of you can see how I can't type Lithuanian for shit. What I do is I verbatim just write down everything the lecturer says. So a lot of this doesn't make sense because I'm just writing like every word she says, not in my own words, like literally just writing word for word what she said. And sometimes people don't formulate sentences well, so a lot of these don't sound good. Okay, we got some theories. Okay, we got structuralism and fundamentalism. Those were 2 I guess epochs, branches of psychology. Oh yeah, in structuralism they uncovered introspection, where they were like, damn, this brain thing that we have is wild. We can actually introspect and think about it. Isn't it hard to write that fast? Kind of, yeah. Especially on a shitty laptop keyboard, but there's a reason I'm probably the fastest typer we have in the entire fucking class. My words per minute are dog shit, but I guess the average person doesn't really know. They don't type for a semi-living unless you're a programmer. Okay. Oh yeah, it was subjective introspection. Oh yeah, okay. The subjective introspection into one's psyche. That's what they started doing in structuralism, which I think was can't remember what year that was. You got object versus subject in this. Would have been useful yesterday. I know what I realized because I had another psychology lecture today is I think object and subject is like, oh no, I had it in my logic class. But I might be doing the thing where I like notice something and I apply it to like everything, right? If you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. But yeah, I might just be like noticing it, fucking just, you know. But yeah, okay, so it was structuralism is about introspection, and fundamentalism was oh yeah, it was more dynamic. That makes more sense. Yeah, it was more dynamic. I guess it was more to do with environment. So, because in psychology, there's like a heredity versus genetics versus wait, no. What's the thing? Fuck, heredity versus environment. Because heredity is genetics, right? What is the word I'm looking for? Genetics versus fuck. Who knows the word? Fuck me. Hello, hi. What is the word? Fuck. Nature versus nurture? That too, but no. Yeah, sure, that's a good way to phrase it. Because that's what they use all the time. But that's still not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of like environment versus... Ah, fuck. It's another B stream. It's another word I can't remember. Holy fuck, I'm gonna go nuts. Fuck me. Okay. I wonder if it would be easier just to put all of this into ChatGPT and to tell him translate everything into English. Wait, what happened? Unironically, wait. Hodl, guys. Okay, hodl. Translate everything into English. Do not change or add any new words. Okay, wait, let's see. What do we have? What do we get here? Okay. I got purpose of theories. That doesn't sound... a theory is a system of assumptions about how a process occurs. Damn, this is so much better. Holy shit. A theory helps conduct the scientific research and serves as a systemic system for interpreting facts. Oh my god, guys. Why is the world so much easier in English? Jesus Christ. I couldn't even understand what the fuck they were like, what the fuck they wrote there. And Lithuanian. This makes so much more sense immediately. God damn. And it's a system of assumptions, how a process goes. Oh my god, such a good explanation. Jesus. Theories guide which questions are useful. Wait, why is this so zoomed out? Wait, there we go. I think DeepL is better for translating. I've never heard of that in my life. Look about ChatGPT Pro, might as well use it. Okay. I'm trying to get my money's worth. Theories guide which questions are useful and important to ask during research and how to ask them. That's an amazing abbreviation of everything. Criteria: reliable, sensitive, and consistent, and must organize information. Had an ultrasound today. Are you pregnant? Are you giving birth anytime soon? Reliable, sensitive, and consistent. Okay. So if you want to make a theory, guys, it has to be reliable and it must be organized. It's organized information. I guess the information in the theory has to be organized. But it has to be, I mean, reliable, sensitive, and consistent. Consistent. I don't know what sensitive means in that case. I have stomach problems. Do you still have them? What, did they discover ulcers or something? Each theory reveals a certain aspect of personality. No single theory is more correct than others. All theories complement each other, but even combined. But even combined, it cannot fully explain everything. Yeah, there is a thing that in psychology, there are a lot of branches like cognitive, psychodynamic, the Gestalt thing. And that basically you kind of want to use a mix of all of them and not be too dogmatic about committing to one of them. So when they say that they have to like complement each other, but even combined they cannot fully explain everything, that's what they mean, kind of. Everything seems fine, so we'll need to go to an endocrinologist. Wait, what type of doctor is an endocrinologist again? Good luck on your studies. I mean, I don't need luck. I need attention paying. I don't think luck is gonna get me very far. But thank you. Wait, what type of doctor is an endocrinologist again? I feel like it's such a basic one. I should know what it is. Endocrinology. Why do I feel like it's something to do with hormones? And oh yeah, endocrine system. Yeah, so the hormonal system. Okay, the endocrine system is a network of glands. Yeah. I know what the endocrine system is, but they suspect endometriosis. Mashallah. I remember when I went to a neurologist like 2 years ago, and they thought I had like early onset nerve degenerative disease, and they were like, "Damn, you might be dead in 3 years." I was like, "Well, shit, that's good. That's fun." Collection of theories enhances our ability to verify proposal hypothesis. Select one most likely to explain the case. Yeah. Anger is beneficial in all therapies as a moving force. Oh, that's true. Holy shit. That's true. It helps break out of stagnation when boundaries are unsatisfactory. Anger is a learned behavior. Damn, that's interesting. Is that actually what it says, like word for word? What was the thing? Okay. Oh yeah, it does say that. Probably IBS, but it takes a shit ton of research to get to it. No. I got diagnosed with IBS by me just telling them, I'm like, yo, I fart when I'm stressed, and they're like, well, shit, you got IBS. And now on my official like diagnosis e-page, it says that I have IBS. It wasn't even like a endocrinologist or anything. It was just my family doctor. He was like, well, shit, that's IBS. I was like, what do we do about it? He's like, nothing. You can't do anything about it. And so I continued to not do anything about it. Okay, the structure of human consciousness is closely tied to life experiences. Okay, introspection is used. We must objectively observe what is happening within us with introspection. Through introspection, mental processes were equated with consciousness. Mental processes were equated with consciousness. I don't know what that means. Unless it means tied. My doctor loves to send to various other doctors to see what is exactly a very good doctor, honestly. Sure, if you have 3 years to, get an appointment to all of them. Do you guys go to private doctors, or do you go to public doctors? Everyone in chat, the 5 people. Do you guys go to private doctors, or do you go to public ones? I actually wonder. It probably depends very much country by country. Public. Can you even access the public healthcare in the Netherlands? Hello, Sky. Depends on the problem. So what type of a problem do you go to, like a public doctor versus a private one? How do you, it depends on what problems or what. We need to go, book an ultrasound, call them, Friday, got placed for, Monday morning. That's crazy. I remember when I had to wait for my fucking, dermatologist for 12 months. Then I went there and they told me everything is fine, and it went away, and now it came back again. Functionalism proposed studying the functions of the mind, behavior, and adapting changing circumstances. Oh, see, this makes so much more fucking sense in English. Because it ties the meaning to the name, while in Lithuanian, it does no such thing. Right? Like, it's functionalism studies the functions of the mind. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Okay. Of course, but they don't send you anywhere further if you basically not die in front of them. Oh, gigabase. Mental process and consciousness help people to adapt to their environment. Mental processes are associated with brain activity. Okay, so in functionalism, they became way more neurobiology focused instead of just yapping as they did in structuralism, where they just talked about life experiences and introspected subjectively into the mind. Feels like functionalism added a lot more objectivity into the art of psychology. Okay, and structuralism was the first one. Are you studying clinical psychology? No, I'm studying basic psychology. This is basic psychology that every single psychologist studies, even if you want to be like a business psychologist. It's like the basic of the basics. Even my lecture's called The Intro to Psychology. Biological approach, the beginning of... Wait, can I not... I want to make this always... always on top. There we go. There we go. Because this is my only way to see the chat on the B stream. Did you guys like the stream yesterday? I feel like the stream yesterday was good? Question mark. It wasn't bad. It was kind of like a fun stream. You should study based psychology. I think that's a master's degree. I think by the time I graduate, I'm gonna study fucking Sigma Alpha Giga based psychology. The Rizlology. Psychological approaches, psychodynamic, behavioralism, and humanism. There are a few more, but I guess these are the ones that I wrote down. Or psychoanalytic, not psychodynamic. Okay. It was good. Best. I have a friend who studied clinical psychology, but now is working in criminal psychology. Also cool. I feel like it would be fun to work in criminal psychology. Like literally living a criminal TV show. Freud focused on the process occurring in the subconscious. He emphasized the sexual drive. Oh yeah, this is where we get into fucking weird ass Freud shit. Freud focused on the past, the childhood, focused on the subconscious, the internal conflicts associated, association method, saying whatever comes to mind. Hypnosis method. Oh yeah, Freud actually fucking used hypnosis as clinical practice. A lot of psychology is based on whatever Freud was yapping about, but Freud, like, everything Freud did was so subjective. Jesus. Freud believed humans are inherently inclined towards evil, choosing the dark side. Damn, guys, this Freud fella, he didn't have a lot of belief in humans. Is hypnosis considered a legit thing still? No, it's considered parapsychology, I think. Because psychology is the scientific-based one, and anything to do with, something like tarot cards would be, I think, parapsychology. So hypnosis is considered parapsychology. Though it seemingly does have some benefits, but they're not as they get portrayed in movies where, like, they control you. Hypnosis seems to be more like vibes. How I imagine hypnosis, and from the very little that I've been taught about so far, it seems to be almost like a state of meditation that you enter, or somebody like puts you in a state of meditation where I guess you can be like easy, you can be influenced slightly easierly. But it's not like they can make you do whatever they want. It's more just like they put you in like a vibes-based chill state. How bad of a person was he really to think we are all inherently evil, including himself? Hello, Bliss. Probably, I mean, to be honest, was he wrong? Do you guys think humans are inherently inclined towards evil? Yes or no? Let's say. All of you are adults and shit. All of you have seen the world. Do you think humans are inherently inclined towards evil? Yes. No. Okay. The answers are split 50-50, guys. That's why we have intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts. I mean, not all intrusive thoughts are evil. But I mean, if you get like a thought to, you're angry at someone and you want to fucking kill them. I still don't think that really is a... No, I mean, interesting though. Sounds like a Christian guilt tripping. Was Freud actually religious? I don't know. Evil is a concept we made up. True. But everything is a concept we made up. Reality is a concept we made up. The way we experience everything, the way we are conscious is made up. Technically. There's nothing objective in reality. Technically. Okay, Freud. Oh yeah, the concepts of personality, ego, defense mechanism, superego, and the id. Not the ID. Yeah, so according to Freud, according to Freud, the defense mechanisms are kind of, I don't think they should be here. It's ego and superego. So according to, not only Freud, I think this is mostly accepted in like every stage of psychology now. As far as I understand, is that the human personality consists of three things: the ego, superego, and the id. The id is basically like all of your ooga booga primal desires. Like if you want to fuck someone, if you want to like go kill someone, you want to like rob a store, You could argue that like anything evil and impulsive based comes from your id. Then the superego is and the id is, as I understand, natural. It's hereditary. The superego is learned behavior, basically like learned consequences. Like, I can't kill someone because this will happen. It's basically like your guilty conscience, as I understand. Might be wrong. But it is learned behavior, and it's very societally conformed. So it's all of the... I think the way I look at it is just like your guilty conscience, basically. And the ego is, I guess, your base part of personality that tries to balance between the id and the superego. It's like the scale that, keeps both of them in check. And not because don't kill because killing is bad. Yeah, society told you killing is bad, so the superego tells you not to kill someone. But if you live in a society where, society doesn't conform you to say that, killing is bad, and your superego's not, your guilty conscience is developed in a different manner, and so you probably will go and fucking kill someone and not feel bad about it. Which is, I guess, why Freud said everyone is naturally bad, right? Because in his mind, anything good, I would assume this is how he looked at it. Like, everything good we do is probably like culturally, societally groomed. While we are born, with the primal id that's like ooga booga. Oh yeah, and then hello, Mr. Peckentry. I think this is a viewer from the main channel. He might be. Can I suggest a better title? No. Psychosexual, unlocking a mind journey into psychology. Kill me. Yeah, this is the most controversial, I don't know if controversial. Yeah, this is where Freud gets really fucking weird. He has his psychosexual stages. Impulse drives, source being somatic stimulation, specific. Oh yeah. That basically Freud put all of human, more or less human childhood, into which specific areas give you the most stimulation. And that's where all of the like anal oral phases came in. I don't think we covered them here. Oh yeah, wait, we're gonna talk about the ego and the superego. These are some statements by Freud that children experience sexual fantasies and pleasure from childhood. Not my words, Freud's, okay? It's a direct quote from Freud, guys. Don't cancel me. It's better to recognize and acknowledge desires, thoughts, and fears than to deny them. Absolutely true. This is where it's better to acknowledge your intrusive thoughts rather than to deny them. And parental influence is crucial in a child's development for forming healthy personality. True. Look at these 3 based Freud statements, guys. Okay? Live your life by these and you might not be depressed. This is like a lecture. This is like a lecture if your lecturer doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, the 3 levels of consciousness. Okay, no. You know what? So far, okay. Guys, what did we learn so far? Okay? Guys, what have you learned so far? I love summarizing, okay? So far, guys, what have we learned, okay? Let's see. I believe most lectures are like that, probably. I think what we underestimate is how many people are always on like the, oh god, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just making shit up, right? Even teachers and lecturers are usually in that situation. Okay, if I had to summarize, okay, so we got the 3 components of personality. I guess we're going to talk about defense mechanisms later. Society makes the rules. Yeah, we basically learned about structuralism, fundamentalism, the theory forming, some of the approaches, and some Freud beliefs. That Freud was slightly... he was a guy. Components of personality, ego, defense mechanism, superego. I don't think defense mechanisms should be there. Because the components of personality are just ego, superego, and id. I don't know, might have just not I don't think defense mechanisms are supposed to be there. But yeah, I think we're gonna cover them later. Okay, so there are 3 levels of consciousness, guys, okay? This is how you experience life. There's the consciousness, the subconscious, and the pre-conscious, okay? The ego and the superego. Oh, okay, wait. So in your conscience, there's the ego and the superego, right? This is what you're aware of. These are thoughts that you can actually, I guess, control consciously, right? I can't remember what the definition of the pre-conscious is, because we know subconscious is obviously your subconscious, but the pre-conscious I think is even deeper than that. No, I can't remember. Okay, ego, superego, and in your unconscious, it's the id as well. Well, the superego is actually in all of them. Okay, but yeah, this is very bare bones. I feel like I would need more statements to understand this. Okay, the id operates on a pleasure principle, seeks to satisfy personal needs. Yeah, it's the ooga booga. I'm cold, so I need to go fucking light a fire. Or this guy annoyed me, so I need to kill him. Yeah, the id is basically your primal instinct to stay alive, or, well, any other satisfactions like killing someone. Superego develops when a child resolves the Oedipus complex. Yeah, that's the hey, that's a wild thing. The superego's consistent, tireless conscience, distinguishing right from wrong without hesitation, consists of conscious, an ego ideal. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the IAI. Okay, are we gonna get into the Oedipus complex? That's where wait, boys relate to their fathers and girls to their mothers. This creates conscience. Really? Is that really what it says? I feel like that is not. I feel like that doesn't sound right. Oh, I wrote the word relating. Ay. Okay, never mind. Damn, I'm terrible at that language. Okay. Oh yeah, I fucked this. This is not. I remember I wrote these are fucking. The devil was supposed to be the id, and the superego was supposed to be on top. Actually, let me go fix that. Okay, wait. Let's go do this, because yeah, I remember I was lost in the sauce and I couldn't follow the teacher because she started rapping, and I was like, fuck, I guess I'll just try guessing these. The fear of punishment and destroying one's ideal image leads to guilt. The superego contributes to the feeling of inadequacy. So many like weird I feel like all of these statements could be like a lecture in and of itself. I know that I'm studying the intro to the lecture, but like these statements need qualifying. Like, yo, dog, the fear of punishment and destroying one's ideal image leads to guilt? I'm interested. Why? I mean, I guess it makes sense, kind of, but kind of. Oh yeah, this is a good example of impulsive buying. Do you have any impulsive buyers in chat, guys? So, anytime a girl needs a €500 handbag, the id says yes, the ego says maybe, and the superego says no. Full stop. This is how you can basically categorize your personality. I think according to all psychologists, not just Freud. I think, but to be honest, I didn't really get any deeper on that point. I always want something, then I think, do I really need it? 90% of the time it's a no. Well, your superego is in check of your life, which is probably good, right? That means 90% of the time your superego and your ego are in charge. Now, if it was like 50, then we'd have a problem. In 3 goddamn years, I still think about the goddamn skirt that I didn't buy. Okay, no, that sounds like a problem. My favorite part is defense mechanisms. That's where everyone in chat is fucking getting pog. arise when the ego can no longer balance the demands of the id and the superego. Humans instinctively try to protect themselves from excessive stress. Basically, if you put a human being where he no longer can cope with the stresses of the situation, he just breaks down, and these are the defense mechanisms that humans use that we know, I guess, so far. These are very, like, these are almost, I would say they're kind of like the base of all psychology, but maybe a psychologist would argue with me. So the first one is denial, refusing to accept reality, acting as though the source of the fear does not exist. Freud believed denial could sometimes stop negative reactions temporarily. Temporarily using denial can be good. Long-term use becomes problematic. Understanding why defense mechanism is used. Oh yeah, I think this is how you actually like deal with it. You understand how the defense mechanism is used. It's the fact that like the denial is protecting you from something. This is how you kind of like work around if you are often in denial. What is like a good example of people being in denial? I know that it's usually used in death, right? When someone dies and you're like, no, they're still alive, right? You don't come to terms with the reality. What are some more casual examples of denial from like your, from like the average like day life? What is like a simple example of denial? I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like a student just like being in denial about his grades or something. Or like, no, my husband is not cheating. Even though you know they are. Projection, guys. This is what the internet is based on. Don't listen to what the person says about this was a quote, I think. Don't listen to what the person says about others. Draw conclusions about them. For example, a partner who questions the fidelity may be projecting his behavior, assigning one's negative traits, motives, or feelings to someone else. Positive projection is also possible. For example, everyone is good. Yeah, this is where you basically use the subjective understanding of your life and you project it onto everything, right? So when you get a naive person that thinks the world is, like all cute and cuddly, or where you get a woman that says all men are bad, it's just they're I don't know if incapable, but they choose not to they choose to lean on projecting their own usually bad experiences into the world. Or, you get more random examples where, right, like you fear your partner cheating, maybe you're cheating, so you're like, fuck, what if my partner is cheating, right? Because it's on your mind, right? Like and then you start assigning it. Seems like a projection feels like a very normal basic trait. Like when I think of everything, like when I think of projection, like this all sounds, I'm like, yeah, this sounds so like normal, Regression. These are the ones that people usually don't. I didn't even know about these. Reverting to an earlier stage when under stress, biting nails, sucking a thumb, curling up. This often elicits sympathy from others, though overuse may lead to parasitic behavior. Yeah, this is when it's kind of like the professional victim thing that I like to say, which isn't really a medical term, okay? Professional victim is not a diagnosis, guys. But yeah, this is when, I don't know, I feel like in movies you see like a kid being shouted at and they curl up and start crying. Or in class when you get nervous, like your natural behavior is biting your nails because you kind of revert back to when you were a kid and used to suck on your thumb or whatever, and it was like a soothing, comfortable space. So regression is basically when you mentally go back to a part of your childhood where like everything was nice and cozy, at least compared to like where you are right now. Yeah, I have like I think we could argue like my zip tie addiction is also a form of regression, right? Because I kind of like suck on the zip tie, like I kind of like put it in my mouth sometimes. I think I could make an argument about myself that my zip tie addiction is a form of regression. Because I always feel under stress, and I usually use the zip tie far more when I'm under stress, like right now I'm using it. I wonder if I would be right making that assertion. And yeah, if you need a Chewy toy, I don't think I need something that would enable me even more, right? These are mechanisms you want to avoid in your life, not like give fire to the flame. Salutations, hello. Yeah, crying is often like one of those. For example, I don't know, you guys probably have seen a person that like cries immediately where you tell them like one bad thing, right? They're like super sensitive and they immediately break down. It's also like a form of regression. I would think that would work from a side that when you cry you get sympathy, and when as a kid you cried, your parents gave you sympathy, so you're reverting to like immediately crying because you know other people around you are going to give you sympathy, so it's in a way like also a comfort zone thing. I think that's how I understand it. Again, maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, guys, don't be a parasite. Any parasites in chat, guys? Displacement. When angry at someone, you can't confront. Oh yeah, this one is, I didn't write this one down very well. But yeah, when you're angry, you can't like take it out on them. You take it out on the weaker person or object. For instance, a child in a family experiencing conflict may become aggressive in a sandbox. I love the translating. I think this was like if your parents do not meet your needs as a child, that you start like bullying other kids in the sandbox. I think that's what they want to say. That's how basically the entire bully system is formed. That's why they say bullies used to get bullied themselves. You gotten checking your NS out yet? Wait, what is an NS? Hello, Glug Glug. What is an NS? Oh wait, is that the site? The nation state? Fuck, nation something? Was it the nation thing? Nation states? Yeah. No. I got into a thing where, I don't know, this happens every time. I don't know how, but like I, at some point, wipe out like all of the content ideas that I have. Like right now, I'm like, what am I gonna do this week? I don't know, because I had a lot of ideas, and now like for some reason they're all gone out of my mind. Yeah, wait. We should do another banner drawing stream. Write them down. I do, but then I lose my notes. Remember, guys, Saturday we do the AI videos. So go do the AI videos. We need to do a write-up for them. Hello, hello. Draw AI videos. Go on the setups channel. Jizbear already submitted one video. There's a site in the setups channel where you literally just create an account and it puts you into like a ChatGPT window, and you just type in like a video idea and it generates an AI video and voice acting and B-roll. And I want to review your guys' AI videos. You can like go as ham as you want. The only rule is you include Zanny or Zanos, the streamer, somewhere. So it makes like an AI video. We have the idea of Zanos, the streamer. But you can go as wild as you want, creating like anything. And we're gonna review your AI videos. Just post them in the setup channel. It's very easy. It's like brain dead easy levels of using. It's easier than the AI song, I think. Fuck, now I'm writing down content ideas. Fuck me. What did I want to do this week? Oh yeah, on Sunday we need to do the Banathon. Nim already made the system for that. Okay, so Saturday AI video, Sunday we do the Banathon. Brand new idea though, because we finally have a good way of doing it. Fuck. What should be the prize for the Banathon? A Banathon? What is that? A Banathon is where you will have a command in chat to time out someone else. And your objective is going to be to be the last person in chat speaking. You're going to have like a very easy to use command in chat. And you need to time out everyone else around you. Is Roastathon not happening anymore? I need to set a date for it. I need to mentally prepare. I was mentally prepared for Saturday. And now I'm like afraid of it again because I'm not like mentally prepared for it. I was in a mental state to do it. And now I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I think for the roast or Banathon we'll give the good old like money / Discord Nitro or something. Hype people up instead for the Banathon. Yeah, I'll do an everyone after the stream today and tell everyone the content ideas. Yeah, I need to do all of those. What do we do on Wednesday? Part of me wants to cover more politics, but because politics is a section where I actually see like potential to grow the stream. There are people that are very interested in it. It's like a very emotionally involved thing. I think covering politics requires like a news segment to cover though. Like we can't just go live in politics. I feel like we need like, you know, Trump took a shit on Biden's like lawn or something, and then we need to cover it. Do you realize how much of your community loves you? Wonder how that fact makes you feel. Let me think about that one. That is an interesting thought. Am I tripping? Are you tripping? Yeah, that is an interesting thought. Yeah, I appreciate it. Though I'm not a person that has like an easy time emotionally like feeling emotions. I'm a person that has an easier time like logically processing it all. Yeah, it is interesting though. I feel like I often don't have can I take out the alcohol? Absolutely. Hello, Lady Unson and Lucy. I often like I'm so preoccupied with keeping the stream like good that I often fail to appreciate like the finer parts of like the people, you know. In my mind, I'm so like desperate managing like 15 things and trying to keep the ship running that I have no time to like sit down and recollect and right, like I'm fully like helms on deck. Right, I feel like I don't have a lot of time to appreciate any of it. T-pills, no, I feel pretty good. Yeah, I don't feel sick. My head doesn't hurt. Just that my voice is still, you know, voicey. And that's why we're doing a big-ass reading stream today. So that's good. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard for me to, like, it's hard. I kind of hate these emotional questions about the stream because I never know how to process them. Because in my mind, like, the stream is so tied to, like, my personality and my, like, success. It's like this very, like, hello, Rhett, though. How's learning going? Good. So far, we learned about the 3 pieces of personality. We're learning about coping mechanisms. We're learning about structuralism, fundamentalism, and Freud's ideas about people, and that all people are inherently evil. That's what we've learned so far. We ChatGPT translated all of my Lithuanian notes into English. Because I'm all about emotional questions. No, you can ask me emotional questions. I love answering emotional questions. It's just that when it comes to, like, Zanny, do you appreciate... When it comes to emotional questions about how I feel about streaming, that is a wide world of, like... It's like trying to untangle a very, 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 very fucked ball of yarn. Like, I can't really tell you what I feel, because it's, like, 50 years of trauma that I need to, like, uncover to know what's going on, if that makes sense. But yeah, I appreciate people being here, especially, everyone that's active and enjoys every day, and they participate to make the community greater every day. Though I do have a lot of, like, resentment for people that leave. That's probably a thing I should work on. Like, Bommy yesterday, holy shit, that guy triggered me so fucking bad. Holy fuck. Some random chatter came in. He's like, yo, I'm here for my annual visit. And then he fucking started writing dumbass retarded shit. Fuck me. Oh, God, I got so triggered. I haven't been that triggered at anyone in a long time. Fuck me. He didn't even write anything that bad. He was just, But anyway, so we got displacements when you project your bad emotions on a weaker person. Basically, if you get bullied, your sibling bullies you, you become a bully in school. That's what displacement is. Sometimes feel bad. I don't join the stream even if I'm feeling bad. It's probably not a good thing, though, right? Because then that means I'm emotionally charging my audience to feel bad if they don't watch, meaning there's, like, a guilt trip element, meaning it's not healthy. All right? Do you feel a sense of responsibility towards the community? Absolutely. Absolutely. I look at the community more like a group of... Yeah, if there's one very strong feeling that I feel about the community, I feel a very strong sense of responsibility. From, like, educating the random, like, person in chat to be a better person to, like, a kid making, like, a bad decision. I feel a very strong sense of responsibility for, like, making the individual person a better person. That I don't know why, but that is a pretty emotionally charged idea in my mind. It's because I know how much streams mean to you. Yeah, look, the streams are pogging lately. It's good. Plus I'm talking about moving out with my cousin potentially. Maybe by the end of summer or something. So the streams are gonna be only better and better if I move out. I just hope I don't go fully schizo if I move out with my cousin and my stream is, like, actually the only, like, massive source of income. I wonder if I don't revert to, like, my regression. I use my coping mechanism of regression to, like, go schizo again, where it's like, damn, guys, we need to make, like, 500 euros a month. If I don't, we are homeless. But I feel like if I had that feeling, I would be, like, so entertaining. I feel like everyone is really entertaining. I feel like everyone really tries a lot when their ass is on fire. I feel like I need my ass to be more on fire, and we'd be streaming politics 24/7, getting high viewership. We would be more shameless than we've ever been. That's what I need to do. I need to be more shameless. But every time I'm shameless, I'm like, what is the core community gonna think about this? If I stream politics today, to get that viewership, like, what does Space Kato in my chat think? Maybe she's gonna be like, damn, Zanny's such a cunt. So I don't do it anymore. Yeah. Usually I'm having a hard time fitting in after streams. I don't think there is such a thing as fitting in and not fitting in. It's all like subjective in your mind. There's no such thing about like, I feel like I don't fit in. That's just like objectively that doesn't exist, right? There's no if like literally fitting in and not fitting in is the difference between sending like one Discord message being like, how are you today? Oh no. Is my computer gonna blue screen again? This doesn't actually happen when I don't stream. I think me streaming is actively killing my computer. Okay. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, this doesn't actually happen when I don't stream. I wonder what's different. Why does my audio interface... Why is my audio interface... Like, I need to change the buffer size. My audio interface goes crazy when I go live. This never happens when I don't stream. I don't know why. Man, look. Did you buy a new one? Yeah, I bought a new one. And I googled, and apparently the same issue persists on the new one, even though there's like 6 years difference between them. Maybe I should have googled like, yo, does this issue still affect 6 years later? Is it still a prevalent issue 6 years later? And apparently the answer is yes. One second. So yeah, guys, just go ham, okay? Be excited. Make the streams exciting. I'm trying to make the streams exciting, okay? Just go ham, okay? Just enjoy your life, enjoy the stream. Enjoy the chat, enjoy everyone who's in chat, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be like... I'm just trying to enjoy the vibes, okay, guys? Look, if the Americans voted for a vibes president, we're gonna make the stream all vibes, okay? 2024 and 25... No, 2025 is gonna be the year of the vibes, guys, okay? Remember. 2025, the year of the vibes. So yeah. Vibe of the year. Oh shit, we should make that a streamer awards award. Need full disco lamps and shit after new sub to blast neon lights. See, I'm always caught between looking like a retard on stream versus being a person that could be respected and serious. And I have this dilemma in my mind, especially now that I know like people in my university watch my streams. How much do I want to balance looking like a well-respected, well-adjusted adult on stream versus like making or having like 15 overlays on stream that's like fully brain dead. Because like I want to do both and neither. Right. That's what I like. We could stream every day in a maid outfit, but like my super ego does not allow me to do that. Did you know that Biden is in Peru and that Japan removed visa for Peruvians? Oh, shit. Biden is racist against Peruvians, clearly. Release your hair in the wild? Yeah, well, I don't want to. Those are not things I want to do. Like, a lot of the time, I don't want to go wild. And part of Lithuania is in range of the long-range missiles from Ukraine. Based. Ukraine starts World War III by attacking Lithuania, so we all have to defend them. And we send armies to Ukraine to actually fight Russia. Giga-based. They're bombing a children's hospital as we speak. Yeah, you know, I have an interesting dilemma. I do wonder if ADHD meds make me less of a fun streamer. It's actually been like on my mind every day lately. Like, am I objectively a less entertaining streamer on ADHD meds? Just take them recently. I've gone back to taking them daily, consistently. I take 2 different ones. There's Wellbutrin now, and Concerta on the lowest dose, going from the largest one back to the lowest one. But I've not noticed a single difference. I feel like there's something mechanically that feels different, and I can't put my finger on it. I feel there's a feeling in my brain that I do not like. It's literally, if I could map out a 3D map of my brain, there's something that I don't like in there when it comes to streaming on ADHD meds. It's like I can't access like incredibly high degrees of energy. Because I almost always, I don't feel tired, but like I feel mild. I don't know if numb is the right word, like maybe numb? Maybe numb is a good word, like as if like part of my brain feels numb. Which is technically what ADHD meds are supposed to do. It's almost like I can't access some part of like energy in my brain. And I feel less funny, and I feel less energetic, and I feel less radical, and less manic. But I don't, maybe I'm making it up, I don't know. The thing is, this is exactly how I felt when I used to take them consistently, like almost a year ago. So it's such a bad thing, because if I was a full-time streamer, I would not want to take them. But it does help with university a lot. So it's like, should I learn to like live with it and study better? Or say, fuck it, balls to the walls, let's go crazy. And just not take any ADHD meds. And just try to get through university while being one of the streamers of all time. Crazy. Just don't do coke or heroin. Sorry, too late. About a viral case regarding mental experiment in Mexico. Summary: an expert psychologist has been working on medicating multiple patients. Last year, she said she studied in Harvard and Oxford. She's been diagnosing all her patients, giving her strong meds. Everyone who does not have any kind of condition, like... Wait, no, it's just... Okay. What was like the... What was the result of the experiment? What was the... What was the findings? What did they find? What was like the... What did they find? I think uni's more important. Yes. But maybe I could do both. But there's but I did feel very fucked with university for like the first 2 months. I was like schizo fucking posting every day. Take half a pill? That's not a thing. Social media is photoshopped as fuck. Okay. It's really weird. Like, even right now, I'm trying to use the structuralist method of introspection in my mind. And I can feel that feeling. It is almost like this feeling of being tired. But it's like... It is almost like a constant feel of, like, tiredness. Or numbingness. Okay. What if it's, Okay, so Concerta peaks 5 hours in. That's where you get the strongest, effect of Concerta. It peaks 5 hours in. I usually take it at 9. So wait, it peaks at like 2 p.m. What if I should take my ADHD medication later? What if this is what I'm experiencing is the concerted crash? Because the crash on the high medication was terrible. I used to feel like I was literally dead. What if the tiredness I feel is actually like not a mental thing, but it's a take it at night? I would not be able to fall asleep. But what if I take it at like 12? Then again, I mean, I have uni often. Interesting. I should experiment with taking it later. Maybe what I'm experiencing is like the concerted crash, where it's like the effects doze off. Welcome to the stream, guys. They were learning about min-maxing drugs. Any druggies in chat, guys? Type 1 in chat. Sorry, learning, guys. Learning. Repression. Pushing a traumatic experience into the subconscious and forgetting them. For example, bullying in school. When asked, the person recalls having many friends and no recollection of bullying. I think this often happens with like super traumatic, like PTSD, rape, a lot of things. Almost every time when someone says like I don't have a lot of memories of my childhood, it's like it feels like, and this is my personal experience, but like 99% of the times it feels like repression. Like I couldn't remember a lot of my childhood before I went to therapy, and now it's like, damn, I can remember almost every year to the dot. The best drug is love. Shit. Well, I've never got that. I've never gotten that one. Now when I get it, I don't know how to appreciate it. This got medicine against your neurodivergent issue. Oh yeah, guys, Nim has been diagnosed with autism today. Can we get a clap in chat, guys? Guys, can we get a clap in chat? Nim has been diagnosed with autism today. And we all knew that the first day he came in and he said he's a gay furry. I was like, damn, that man's fucking autistic. I don't remember what I ate last week. Damn, that must have been a really traumatic meal. Can't remember chunks of my childhood. Maybe trauma, maybe shit memory. Sure, yeah. But I guess, yeah. This one is more like a radical thing, right? I think some of the more like layman examples would be like maybe your parents didn't love you, so you don't really remember a lot of like your early childhood, like, you know, 4 to 6 or something. That's what a problem I have. I'm like, damn, I don't remember how I experienced living with my mom. Like, I have no recollection of that experience. All Dutch are autistic? Best. Love autistic people. They're super straightforward. Yeah. I've seen at this point, I've seen a lot of people on the autism spectrum on the stream. And they've ranged from like some of my favorite people to some of my like most hated people. It literally is a spectrum. For example, Butterfly, the other person who shall not be named, were both on the spectrum, I think. Then we used to have this viewer called Becca back like 5 years ago. They range from some of my favorite people, if they have any. Maybe that's how I would define it. Some of my favorite ones tend to have more self-awareness and maybe education and psychology and how their mind works, while some of my least favorite just have like emotional spasms and try to like start drama. Just like they just like their emotional reactions just like spaz out, which I mean is kind of like the definition of autism when it comes to emotional handlings. But yeah, hello Pokemon Sid, another autistic person. Thanks. Pokemon Sid, do you feel like you have autism? At least I don't have to constantly self-diagnose anymore. True, you got a label now. You can put it on your Blue Sky account. So yeah, that's repression when you, you know, you were bullied, you weren't loved, you had a bad experience, and you suppress it. I wonder if repression is more. Do you guys ever hear adults using repression? when adults have like a very traumatic experience that they like blank out. I mean, I guess hardcore PTSD, right? Like war, rape, maybe. I feel like all of the most common cases of repression that I hear about are in childhood. What if trauma just follows them? Well, yeah, obviously. But I wonder, like, I feel like to some degree it has to come from the autism as well. Because if they don't have any, like, emotional regulation skills, then obviously it does. Repressed memories often resurface through triggers like books, shows, or movies. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. In a way, maybe that's why you could say a lot of traumatic people take comfort in, or traumatized people take comfort in like movie shows or books, because it's a way to like relive and process your trauma through the medium, right? It's a form of therapy, because therapy is processing your emotions. I reduce the abusive memories by thinking about their dreams. Well, the only way to cope with them is to actually talk about them. So there you go. Mr. MJK, welcome to the learning stream. Send you some info regarding the psychologist. Yeah, it just looks like Uzi sent me a fucking photo of like a MILF dating site. Okay. What am I looking at her again? What am I?
Did you know that activation in the luxury are doing this? Indeed, they are just a symptom. Therefore, she's more blood for the underlying cause that origins them. So by recurring mangling, the accessory disappear. Just about the recurring actually in 4 days.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm about to say it. Oh no. Oh no, I'm about to say it, guys. Fuck me. Lucy, she Peruvian? She's Peruvian, right, Lucy? No, Mexican? Okay. Can somebody explain to do you Spanish speakers have a hard time speaking English? Because can you guys hear like the clicks of her tongue? Like she does that, right? And I've heard Usi do that when she sometimes. And I've never heard anyone do this before.
Origins.
See? And you can feel like she's talking while her tongue is in like the back of her throat, right? It's talking like this because it feels right, like.
Like house that origins.
I really do wonder why. Is it like a Spanish speaking thing? She has a lisp. That doesn't sound like this. Sounds like an inverse lisp. It feels like the tongue is like way too deep at in the back of your throat. This doesn't feel like because a lisp is when you put your tongue outside, right? Or you put, cause for example, I have a lisp, and it used to be way worse. I used to had to go to like a speech therapist for 3 years because I used to pronounce the letter S with the tongue outside of my mouth.
Them. So by recurring mangling, the accessory disappear. Just about the recurring actually in 4 days. Yes, it's possible. Believe me. And depression 6 or 7 days. It's possible. Believe me. Really. Your jobs do? Yes, sure.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what the fuck she said. I have no fucking clue what the fuck she said. Okay, I am so lost. I just heard something about like an artery, and believe me, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got no fucking clue what she said. Okay, wait, let me check out how's our crypto doing. Okay, we're literally making no progress. We're not getting that bread maker still. Okay. So anyway, is she source trust me bro ing? Well, she's a doctor. Technically, every doctor does the source trust me bro, right? That's the job of a doctor. Hello, MDE. Okay, so yeah, that's repression. Oh, isolation. Remembering events clearly but feeling no emotions about them. I have this one. Speaking about painful experience with a detached detached feeling seems unusual. I have this. Holy shit. I can recite every trauma I've ever had, and it has like no attachment emotionally with them. It's disassociation. This one is really interesting. I feel like a lot of people have this. Or at least I surround myself with a lot of people that have this. Like every time you hear anyone like memeing about like, yo, when I was 5... Okay, let's use a different example. When I was 18, 5 guys railed me. It's like, oh god. And they just talk about it in the most like uncanny, like happy expression. And I'm like, well, okay. That's kind of fucked up. And I do this a lot with most of my traumas, like even on stream, right? This is interesting. I should do more research into the dissociation one. I feel like this might be one of the most prominent ones, at least in my life. Yeah, I guess it's emotional dissociation. So yeah, I for example, I don't feel a lot of emotions when it comes to a lot of like my childhood stuff with like my dad, I guess. 6 months, and then suddenly graduated from Harvard, Oxford, married with a famous doctor. Her patients already reported this to the police and the entity. She has no license. Oh wait, so she's a fucking wait, so she's a scammer? Oh. Oh wait, I thought she's an actual like doctor. She studied psychology for 6 months. Giga-based. She's like me. Based. How do you differentiate between disassociation and one who has made their peace, moved past it, and can talk about it? I think very easily. From my experience, it's two different... You can feel it. When people disassociate, they talk... At least that's what I do. I talk about it in like a very light-hearted manner. You kind of like laugh about it, right? Well, someone who's like made their peace, they can actually be like, yo, yeah, like that happened. It was dog shit. I hate it. It made me sad. But like, yeah, like, you know, I went through it and it feels good, you know, or, you know, I got through it and I'm like no longer like angry at the world. Right? Well, when you hear someone talking about like trauma and they're like, damn guys, like my parents abused me for like 6 years. Fuck me. Like, you know, like it gave me some character development, you know. It has some like extra flavor to me, right? Like these are two different conversations that you can like straight up hear the difference in. I think it's very easy to hear the difference, especially if you're there talking to them in person. I think that's how you differentiate, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. Introjection, adopting others' traits and values onto yourself. Oh, shit. That's what I do. I've copied my entire personality from... See how I'm already talking about? I'm making it lighthearted. I'm like, damn, I copied the entire personality of, like, everyone around me. You can even hear that I'm, like, doing a comedic tone with it. Because it's like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. People often internalize their parents' traits or preferences. Interesting. Yeah, this is when you discover that a lot of core values that you hold are not yours. They're like your brothers, your parents, your sisters. Like you copy their personality. I have this, holy shit. It's one of the biggest problems of my life. 1 second. This one was really hard to unlearn. How do you even unlearn it, though? Only steal people's hype, now personalities based. Mr. Mortensen in shambles. Yeah, it's so... Yeah, this is interesting, because I absolutely... Single white female syndrome. Look, sadly, I did not encounter a lot of those. Unless I am a single white female. If I encountered a girl that, like, stole all my personality traits... Where are these women? Where are these women? How long does the video need to be? However long you want. Whatever idea you want to do, like, you can make it an hour long, 3 hours long. Hopefully, like, under 5. Let's just say under 5 minutes. Let's not forget about you stealing all the wallets in Game On. That's fair. Wait, whose wallet did I steal at Game On? Wait, what is that? Inside joke? Did I steal anyone's wallet? Am I a criminal? Did I use the coping mechanism of repression and I forgot about it because it was so traumatic? So you guys were using them in real time. Did I post in the subs channel? Yeah, the subs channel. You can even tell it how long you want it to be. Oh, just trying to steal my chips. Oh, no, I didn't. They were my chips, Usi. You were trying to steal my chips. I watched a streamer who had the mod absolutely worshipped her and copied her personality traits that turned ugly. This is so prominent and so common in all the streamers I watch. I watch a lot of, I don't want to say cult-driven streamers, but, like, a lot of the streamers I watch are, like, you know, like Destiny, Asmongold. Their communities, and to some extent even me, like, they completely copy almost all parts of their behavior because they're so, like, worshipped. So if there was only the moderator who tried, like, copying everything, that's good. A lot of the communities I watch, like, they try to be these streamers. Have you thought you're Polish? It's racist. Damn. It's too deep in this kleptomania. Okay, wait, so that's introjection. Okay, write these down, guys. What is it called in Lithuanian? Oh, wait. Wait, it's introspection. Why is it called introjection in English? What does this even mean? What does this word mean? Oh, schemes. I'm like, what the fuck does this word mean? Oh, there's so much more here that ChatGPT didn't even translate. Oh yeah, that you copy what kind of, like, boyfriends or girlfriends, like, your dad or mom likes. Yeah, what sort of, like... Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people do actually judge, like, the type of relationships they get into through, like, a lens of, like, you know, would my parents, like, hate me? Huh. I've seen streamers that were friends and do some of the same things. Didn't turn bad. I think when you're friends, it's different than, like, when you're being, like, cult leader and cultist. Yeah, if they're friends, then I think that's, like, slightly better. Well, you need to know all this in Lithuanian? Yeah. But I think I'm fairly good at, like... technically, I just need to know all of these. Right now I'm trying to learn more for myself than, like, for the midterm tomorrow, because apparently the midterm is supposed to be, like, easy as fuck or something. Introjection in Lithuanian should be introjekcija. Yeah, but is that even, like... Maybe I miswrote it? I don't know. Can someone Google, like, is introjection a coping mechanism? Or is it introspection that's the coping mechanism? Because I feel like introspection should not be a coping mechanism. Right? I feel like I probably mistyped it. And Google and ChatGPT trains or like corrected it maybe. Intersection. Oh shit. Shit, guys. Intellectualization. This is a thing that I didn't even know. Introspection is a good thing? Yeah, introspection is a good thing. Right, coping mechanisms, these function very differently. Google says the defense mechanism. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the most fucking cruel ones, guys. It's intellectualization. Shifting the focus to intellectual reasoning to avoid emotions. For example, explaining your problems theoretically instead of solving them emotionally. So true. Holy shit. Every time, like, every girlfriend and I, like, broke up, I'm like, well, you know, maybe these are, like, the 15 good reasons that, like, it happened for a good reason, right? Like, she wasn't the one, right? Like, they're other fish in the sea. Like, this is intellectualization. Instead of sitting there and you're like, oh shit, that sucked, and processing the emotions, you hide away from processing the emotions in just intellectualizing it. And it's so accepted in our society, it's crazy. Because, right, think about, like, any movie where, or, I don't know, sitcom where somebody gets dumped and their friend tries to make them feel better and they're like, yeah, you know, she wasn't the one for you. Like, right, that's shifting the focus away from emotions. Well, the actual thing should be like, yeah, dude, like, damn, that sucked, yeah. I don't know, I understand how you feel. Or whatever, right? Instead of, like, intellectualizing it, which actually, like, you take them by the hand and you lead them away from the thing. I think it's good to look at every emotion as like, the game where you need to... do you guys know when you, like, draw a line from, like, the start to the end of the labyrinth? Like, every emotion is almost like a thing that you need to lead from beginning to end. Right, you need to solve it. You needn't leave emotions unsolved, because that's called trauma, right? And every emotion needs to be guided from start to finish. Rationalization, protecting self-esteem by justifying circumstances. Wait. Actually, both of these sound very much the same, right? Like, the job wasn't great anyway. Well, the girlfriend wasn't great anyway. I feel like both of these are almost the same thing, no? Why are these separated? Why are these separated? Rationalizing feels healthy, but intellectualizing also feels healthy. What is the difference between intellectualizing and rationalizing? Oh. Oh, this helps me. Okay. So, like, intellectualizing is like watching 15 podcasts about how to be successful instead of actually putting in effort to be successful. It's like, instead of, I don't know, you feel bad and depressed, so you watch a video about depression, instead of, like, sitting through the emotion. Well, rationalizing is what I said. It was when you rationalize and intellectualize. But still, I feel like both of them are similar. As a friend supporting someone dealing with something that's, it's best to encourage them to feel it and come to conclusions themselves in their own time. Yeah. I don't think it's probably a good idea to add, like, any of your own conclusions for them into their mind. Okay. Yeah, I have both these control my life. Reaction formation. What the fuck is reaction formation? Oh. It's reverse. It's called reverse, almost like reverse psychology. because she started because this is the end of the lecture, and she started like really rushing everything, and she half-assed everything because there are like 2 minutes left until the end. So all of the the end here, I guess, yeah, this is when like you try to like buy your parents or your kids' love with money. Or when girls like I see this a lot. When girls like hate another girl, they're like, "Oh my God, Queen, you're so good. You know, you're the best. Please go kill yourself." Right? It's that passive aggressivism. Or when you feel like you don't love your kids, that like you try to substitute it with money. I think ChatGPT would be better at Lithuanian than you. Yes, because I don't write Lithuanian myself anymore. I don't know how to do it, honestly. Anytime I need to write Lithuanian, I either use my Samsung AI or ChatGPT to translate my sentences. I shit you not. Like, I can't write Lithuanian anymore. Based. Compensation. Overcompensating for low esteem by excelling in the other areas. Yeah, this is when your dick is small, you buy a Ferrari. Identification, merging one's identity with another's to the point where confusion about individuality. I guess this is a lot. This is very parent-based. And then fantasy. Oh, fuck. This is the worst thing in my mind. Do you guys have fantasy problems? Almost like maladaptive daydreaming. Fuck me. I hate it. It's like every time I feel inadequate, I make up like the most fantastic scenario in my mind. Of like how I was literally the best in that situation, and I said the smartest thing, I did the best thing. I was like the hero of the situation, while in reality I was just like, I did something I just didn't like or something, or I didn't do anything. Or when like a stream goes bad, I have like I immediately like start fantasizing about like, damn, like this how like this is like warping reality. Absolutely, yeah. It's like, if you lack any control over your life, you have fantasies of like you're always in control, and you're like, you know, you're imagining your fantastic scenario of like you're the boss or something, you're a king, you have superpowers. I don't know. This is single-handedly controls most of my life, and I'm not even joking. Like, I have such maladaptive like fantasy coping, it's crazy. I have it like every day. Not just almost like consistently, like going from one to another to one to another to one to another to one to another. Right? I daydream almost constantly. Yeah, that's called maladaptive daydreaming. Fuck. Hearing about all of these made me realize I don't know a single healthy coping mechanism. Well, a healthy coping mechanism could be like introspection in a way, right? Like you sit down and you're like, I'm fantasizing right now. Like, why am I doing this? Like, what emotion is causing it, right? Or, I don't know, there could be some like distraction in a way, could be, I guess, to a limited extent, a healthy one, right? Like, I don't know, maybe reading books makes you feel better. But then again, you're not solving the crux of the issue, right? Because there's still an emotion and you're reading a book, so you're distracting from the main problem. Fuck. Yeah, such, here in the South, guys buy huge trucks to get lifts put on. Base, that's fucking, as, compensation to a crazy extent. Usually just kick myself when I think of a better comeback later. Yeah, and that's, again, that is also, in a way, it's less like maladaptive, but it's still under the same form of maladaptive daydreaming. Or fantasizing. Are these lists of unhealthy copingism or healthy? I think this is a list of all coping mechanisms. Or these are defense mechanisms. I don't think these are coping mechanisms. These are defense mechanisms. Yeah, these are not coping mechanisms. These are defense mechanisms. So defense mechanisms are the ones that inherently like you use them when you're in a state of like you need to defend yourself, right? So these don't have any healthy coping mechanisms, I guess, because these are only about the defense. These are not coping. Yeah, these are defense mechanisms. But I'll defend my purity by intellectualizing it. True, you're doing it right now. So yeah, are necessary and healthy as long as they provide benefits. I mean, yeah, at the end. In the first one, it did say that like it's healthy, but like I would not make an argument that like projection is ever healthy. Regression might be healthy to very limited extents. I don't think displacement is ever healthy. I don't think repression is ever healthy. I mean, in a way, like, they're healthy because they help you survive, right? Like, why do you do these? Because in your brain, doing these are the only way, like, doing any of these is the only way for you to survive, right? Your brain doesn't know how to process an emotion, so for it, it's like the choice between life and death. So it does the healthiest thing possible. It's repression, right? So it's like you're curing an internal bleed while putting a band-aid on it on the outside. And it's like, sure, if it's pierced outside, I guess it'll stop the bleeding, but you still need to stop the internal bleeding. So it's like, yeah, short-term good, long-term bad. I don't think any of these should be used long-term. I guess intellectualization might have healthy limits as long as you're doing it consciously. You're aware of the fact that, like, damn, okay, like, I'm talking about, like, you know, the breakup, but I'm potentially intellectualizing it, right? I could draw conclusions that intellectualizing and rationalizing are semi-possible to use healthy. Yeah, the other ones are, like, I don't think you ever want to really do compensation or doing the reaction formation whatever thing, right? Okay, well, guys, this was lecture 1. We got 7 more. What did we learn today, guys, okay? On the first one, what did we learn on the first one? That we had the id, right? The superego, the ego. Then we got Freud's schizoing about, like, all people being evil and whatnot. We got structuralism, functionism. Then started with the how to formulate theories, right? The start, yeah. How to formulate theories at the start. Then we had the conscious, subconscious, right? Yeah, and where the id was. Then we had the defense mechanisms, and then that's it. Okay, I learned that I'm autistic. Well, we could have told you that a long time ago. Okay, what is the other one? Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. I learned that everything I do is bad. Based. Typical person in 2025. Translate this to... This is gonna be the real unhinged one. This is where Freud goes into his, like, oral stage, anal stage, phallic stage. Oh yeah, this is oh yeah. And even though this is, I don't think this is as used in modern psychology. Penis envy time? Yeah, it's penis envy time. Where girls want to fuck their dad due to penis envy or whatever. What if he was just a pedo? I don't think Freud spent a lot of time with kids. I think all of these were just, like, observations that he made from adults. And I'm not gonna lie, I related to a lot of these. Like, I related to a lot of these guys. Like, we're gonna read these and you're gonna be like, damn, like, I maybe relate to some of these. I think boys want to fuck their moms, girls just want the same parts. I think so, yeah. Okay, so the oral stage. Basically, all of these stages are... what is it about? It's about at what age... What body part is your main stimulant? Where do you feel the most sensation? So yeah, the mouth the child chews, swallows, primary source of pleasure is their mother. It needs to, if it needs are unmet, delayed, the child experiences anxiety, safeness, closeness, attachment. Through feeding, the child begins gathering information about the world. If fixations occur, fixations mean that you're like stuck in this phase mentally. The child may experience anxiety. It may manifest in later stages of life as tendencies toward pleasures through the mouth. Smoking, alcohol use, sarcasm, regression, nail biting. Yeah, this is basically because, you know, a child is born, you fucking suck on the tits, and or your teeth are also growing in, right? There's a lot of everything that happens within like the first year of a kid being born. Yeah, if I think the unmet needs, basically, if like your mom doesn't feed you on time, or she doesn't feed you at all, or there's like some problem there, as from 0 to 1, it develops the lack of safety, the lack of closeness, and the lack of attachment. A fact that I learned today is that, spectator, are you here? People without a sense of smell usually have attachment problems, because when they have attachment problems because when a baby feeds on the mom's breast milk, whatever, there's a smell excreted that also helps them to like connect to the mom, and that's why like closeness, attachment, all of this is connected, right? People without a sense of smell never develop the attachment to their mom, and so they have attachment issues for the rest of their life. And so just because of the lack of sense of smell, COVID people are scared to be attached. There's a lot of evidence gathering that COVID actually has long-term effects on the brain. It's actually kind of scary. People are like widely reporting and being semi-noticed, and oh wait, I should send a Snapchat so I don't lose my streaks. Okay, B stream. Let's send a Snapchat. Okay. I made a thing where I send my viewers daily Snapchats now. So far, it's going good. But yeah, anyway. So later in life, if you were fixated in this stage and some of your needs were not met, since I don't want him to kill himself. Yeah, you might develop alcohol use, sarcasm, smoking. Sarcasm is really funny there. I guess it's not like a one-to-one correlation, but I guess there are some people that are like chronically sarcastic, maybe even like me. By the age of 1, child begins to learn to satisfy their pleasures in socially acceptable ways. Freud stated that birth itself is a primary source of anxiety. I've heard that Jordan Peterson talk about that. Didn't it talk about... Wait. Oh yeah, that like biting your nails. Do you have any nail biters in chat, guys? Anyone in chat bites their nails when you're anxious? We must have at least one, right? We have to have some. Me? Well, maybe your mom didn't feed you on time. Imagine that it's such like bad character development that you were already traumatized in the first year of your life. I used to be a bad nail biter. Well, this might be where it came from, maybe. Because yeah, biting your nails, you said, like, for me, even putting my zip tie sometimes in my mouth, like, gives me a sense of comfort, and I'm like, maybe this Freud guy was onto something. When I was at girlfriend's though, but instantly left, started biting again. Shit. Mommy, question mark? The anal stage, the rectal zone, the child learns to control, basically the child just starts shitting, or to control shitting. Freud suggested that the act of shitting becomes a central focus. Parents play a significant role. Avoiding fixation is crucial. Child begins adhering to social norms by learning to use the potty. According to Freud, even like a child learning how to like shit basically teaches them like normal societal norms, like not pulling out your dick, basically, in the middle of like a supermarket, I guess. Improper parental methods may lead to fixations that later includes stinginess and clinging to possessions, relationships, or money. Conversely, the child may act in opposition, defecating at inappropriate places, which Freud suggested are associated with destructive behavioral outbursts. Does this explain scat? Unironically, it might. Because there was a thing that like all fetishes are childhood trauma. Interesting. Like I have a lot of clinginess to possessions, relationships, or money. Interesting. Like, I read these and I'm like, fuck. I mean, Jeff Bezos didn't defecate properly? Yeah. Are you also into scat? No. No, I'll have to disappoint you on that one. It's a good song. Interesting. This one is interesting. Because the way I interpret it is that this is probably like the first stage where the child begins to gather tries to be more independent, right? You teach a child to like literally like be independent enough to like go take a shit by himself. And if you fail to teach him to be independent, it leads to him being like over possessive of all relationships, money, or anything he can lose, right? Or me with my stream viewers, right? Like, it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Because this is the first age where a child begins to be independent. And if your parents actually don't develop that, and they're like, your mom is like over-attached like mine was, like these are the first years when it starts making sense. Right? I don't think it's possible to get through childhood without some kind of trauma, but there's no parenting handbook that fits all personalities. Yeah, true. True. But I guess you still need to do the best you can, right? This is why we're learning about this right now, okay? So when you guys become parents, I don't know if you're going to have more kids, or if you even have kids, I'm doing. But yeah, guys, if you ever are going to have kids, okay, teach them to wipe their ass properly is what this means. Give them the power to be independent, because otherwise they'll be fucking over-possessive and clingy their entire life. The phallic stage, the focus, the genitalia, sexual impulses emerge, and childhood sexuality begins. Fantasies prepare the child for adult life. Oh yeah, the Oedipus and the Eclara complexes. Girls fall in love. This is where Freud goes schizo. Girls fall in love with their father, and boys fall in love with their mother. Children want to remove the rival parent but cannot do so, so they lead to imitation. Girls imitate their mothers to win their father's favor, and boys imitate their fathers to get closeness with their mothers. Basically, you learn Riz so you can get like another one, like your mom or your dad, right? Like girls learn Riz from their mom so they can get like a partner later on, and boys learn Riz from their dads to get like a person like their mom later on, according to Freud. Castration anxiety. Boys fear that their fathers will discover their thoughts and punish them by removing their genitalia. This Freud fellow was really interesting, guys. Phallic is 3 to 5. Yes. I'm really confused because a lot of this stuff Freud says sounds like some schizo rambling you would hear in 4chan. Sure. Yeah, that's why Freud is a controversial persona. In another way, though, it makes perfect sense, but in a way it sounds completely schizo. I'm almost fanatical about bathrooming alone, like turn on the faucet to cover any noise. Oh shit, that's what I do. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's what I do. Oh my god. Anxiety bros. Some make total sense. Our parents, first people we know after all. Yeah, like it makes a lot of sense on like some scale, but like then I read about castration anxiety. I don't know about that. Super ego development is stronger in boys and weaker in girls, as the mother is the primary source for girls. Does that make sense? Maybe I miss... Is this correct? I feel like it would be the opposite, no? I feel like girls would be more super ego-ish, right? Because they would have more societal norms on them and more conforming. Well, because the super ego is like the higher guilty conscience. And I feel like girls have that more, no? But maybe the dad is the more of the guilty conscience, like, quote-unquote, punisher. And that's what it means? Right? That, like, the dad is potentially more strict and he forms the super ego more in boys. Freud claimed that everyone is inherently bisexual. And after parental integration, this changes. Honestly, I feel like that's probably the most controversial one there. That's interesting. I assume we could test that by doing studies on, like, same-sex parents, right? Because if, like, a boy can only relate to both of his moms, I assume, like, either Freud would be immediately proven right or immediately proven wrong. That is pretty wild. Or fathers meant to be naked so their sons can see it's normal to be built like a male to avoid the punishment thing. I think that in terms of the super ego, it's just more that like their dads punish them. Like they're probably more strict towards their sons, and so the super ego develops more. I would assume, right? If anything, evolution led us to be straight. Yeah, I don't think I would agree with... But then again, like, I would need data. I don't know if I would agree or disagree, but I feel like that, since no one talks about that anymore, I assume it was proven false in some studies. For girls, the burden of the electrocomplex might lessen after giving birth to a boy. So penis envy might lessen after you give birth to a boy. Take notes, okay? All the girls in chat. If you got, how young boys make the connection of... Wait, which connection are we talking about exactly? Which connection? Fixation may occur if a child fails to identify with the sex-same parent, leaving the Oedipus or electrocomplex unresolved. Freud suggests another adult male might replace the father for girls. And that's where daddy issues came from, right? To think they'll be castrated? Oh, I don't know. I guess it's a primal, like, instinct, according to Freud. It's not, like, a logical reason. Because they don't know what it even is. Just, like, a logical reason. Emotional, like, thing. Is that why some moms obsess about their sons? Potentially? Do moms obsess about their sons more than about their girls? I don't know. I feel like it's not something I've ever thought about. Are moms more clingy towards sons than daughters? I've never even thought about this. I mean, clearly this says that they relate more to like or they try to like raise up the different sex parent. It's mainly Spanish moms. You see? Do you think Freud was just really fucked up growing up, or he was born this way? I don't know. Like, a lot of this sounds kind of, like, logical. I have a son. I don't think I can answer that unbiased. True, you'd need, like, a son and a daughter. Potentially, or 2 sons and 2 daughters, actually, because one would not be enough data. There are some moms that get weird about their sons getting girlfriends. Do they not get weird about their daughters getting boyfriends? My brain was in another place. Space Kato said that Spanish moms obsess about their sons. Is that real, Uzi? do Spanish moms in general, or, well, not Spanish, but I guess, like, even Latino moms obsess more about their sons, question mark, but not about their girls? Dad's answer that is the whole entire joke about nobody dates their daughters. I think, yeah, like, it answers to some degree. Moms are so obsessed it makes the life impossible. You treat them as good as I do. Yeah, like, you see, we can find a lot of, like, not data, but we could find some patterns here that kept repeating. And, like, in our society, it feels normal. Right? But yeah, basically, if you fail to identify with the same parent, you might get mommy or daddy issues, guys. So if you ever wonder where mommy or daddy issues came from, according to Freud, this is it, guys. Oh yeah, the superego. I wrote it down again. That the higher self consists of a conscience and the ideal image of what one should be. I guess it's less of a guilty conscience and more of like the perfect image that society tells you to be. Like that perfect person, right? Like the perfect wife, perfect daughter, perfect son, perfect husband, perfect person, perfect, like, what you imagine yourself to be. Spooky. Heard about some moms see their girlfriend as competition. See the girlfriend as competition. Isn't the girlfriend taking away their companion? Oh shit, that's exactly how my mom... That's exactly what my mom thought about, like, my brother's girlfriend. God damn. I remember when they moved out. My mom mostly blamed the girlfriends when they moved out. Oh, damn. That's true. True. Real life experience. We can figure out why China China revered males over females. Revered. I don't know a lot about that. Did they? There was a woman who posted a pic with her son. Very, very lucky to be your mom, but unlucky to be your lover. That's fucking crazy. Okay, latency stage. It was boring, apparently. The development of the superego. What time was this? Yeah, this is after 5 to puberty. This is puberty, basically. You develop, like, your perfect image. That's it. And the genital stage. Oh, it's when you become an adult. Fixation in the genital stage. It's genital stage. Like the fixations of narcissism tendencies. Addressing sexuality appropriately during adolescence is crucial. I don't think it means sexuality isn't like, are you straight? I think it means like, who you fuck. Criticisms of Freud. His claims are hypothetical and difficult to verify. Reliance on dream analysis. Overemphasis on sexual drives as the main motivators of human development without considering social and cultural factors. True. Yeah, because all of these claims are just from his patients, right? Which is a limited, like, we can imagine Freud had, like, I don't know, 500 patients in his life, and this is what he based it on. It was his personal practice, and he did use, Freud was adamant about using hypnosis, which is why maybe, like, obviously a lot of his claims are very subjective. And yeah, he really was fucking horny. My man was horny as fuck. Erik Erikson developed 8 stages of development focused on psychosocial crises that occur from birth to death, adhering to the epigenetic principle. Environmental influences can accelerate or slow development. Freud emphasized psychosexual stages, while Erikson proposed psychosocial development stages. Okay. Crisis is certain stage. Where to leave? Oh, it's like a fixation, basically. Sensitivity to, psychosocial crises. Sensitivity to certain influences during specific periods. Okay. So now we have the psychosocial stages instead of the sexual ones from Freud. So infancy, 1-0. Adolescence, there are a lot more of them. Because Freud was like, yeah, after adolescence, you're done. Erik Erikson, such an unoriginal name. Yeah, he's probably fucking Swedish or Danish as well. Hello, Greta. Okay. So, infancy, crisis, trust versus mistrust. Child is dependent on their parents if the needs are met. Trust develops if unmet. Mistrust arises, leading to sensory distortion. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. Because I fully agree with the Freud thing with the, if they feed you on time. So yeah, a lot of your trust or mistrust already develops as early as 0 to 1. Depending if, you're there for your kid. If, you don't feed him for a day, he's like, well, I can't count on, my parent being here, so the world is unsafe, and I can't count on him. Which, makes perfect sense. Early childhood formation of autonomy, again, Freud's idea of being able to take a shit by yourself. Willpower and determination. Parents should allow their children to perform tasks independently. This is what my mom didn't do up until I was 13 years old. So, yeah. How's your health? It's good. Perfect, I'd say. Other than the fact that I can't breathe and my throat hurts. For example, if a child struggles to put on a hat, let them try. Yeah, you shouldn't be, clingy to your child. Allow exploration. Like opening cabinets, scattering objects. Yeah, you want to allow your kid to fail. If a child... Sensory distortion. When you can't trust your senses. I think this probably goes more in depth. Where is it? I guess it's when... I guess, yeah, when your senses, trust... I don't know if trust is not really a sense. I don't know if it means senses in, touch, hearing. I think it's more the safety in the world. I think that's what it means. That, the world inherently feels unsafe and, a danger. So you live life with anxiety. Eric's father was also Eric. Eric Jr. Allow exploration. If a child reaches towards a hot kettle, guide them to touch and pull away to gain experience. Yeah, you burn them for a millisecond, but you pull it away because the child might not even be able to... you want to, guide them that it's hot, but, you don't want to fucking burn them. Overprotection may lead to shame, doubt, and hesitation. The story of my life. Then middle childhood. A highly inquisitive age. Child is intellectually active and should be encouraged. Creativity flourishes. Boundaries are absent. The child delights in small things. The world feels unique and alive, with objects taking on unusual functions. That's a mouthful. Imaginary friends often emerge. Sadga. Children don't understand change well. Showing a 5-year-old a photo of their grandmother as a child might confuse them. Well, yeah, they don't have the sense of time. Right? When you show them a photo of their grandma, they're being young, the child cannot imagine how the grandma could have ever been young. This is why children, when they see an old person, they're this person has always been old. Because in their mind, it's impossible that person was a young kid before. Relationship with peers becomes crucial. Action consequences about burning your kid. Yeah, it was It was an example. You probably shouldn't burn your kid, right? You do it with something that doesn't leave them scars. My son thought in the past color did not exist because of the old pics of grandma. Based, yeah. Color in the world was only invented recently. Let's listen to this. Okay, adolescence. Oh wait, no. Late childhood. Rules and structure become essential. Those who break rules are enemies, unpredictable and undefined. Oh shit, this is what I have. Oh my god. I have a very hard time interacting with people that are unpredictable because I label them as I don't want to be around them. If the same person has 2 different reactions to the same action, in my mind immediately that person is untrustworthy. I have a very hard time interacting with people that are not predictable and not defined. Fuck me. And it's the same thing with anything. it's been like it has become like so crazy now to where when this community is unpredictable. I don't know. I think we eliminated all of the unpredictable ones. Kids often were unpredictable. You know. See, at this point, like, I don't know, because I'm trying to be less emotionally, like, invested in the individual person, kind of. I've been trying to make the streams, like, less about any one inherent viewer, and I've been just, like, you know. So, I don't know. I've been trying not to think about that. Stories about young kids getting mad. Their moms didn't take them to a concert 5 years before they were born. I've never heard of any of those. But that sounds funny. Yeah, I've been trying to be less obsessed about, like, promoting any one viewer, which is why, like, you know, we got Space Kato, Holy Crap, M. Dewey. You know, we got, like, a lot of new viewers lately in chat, but I've been trying to, like, put less emphasis on them and just, like, put more emphasis on content and me as a whole. And whatever we're looking at / reacting to. Adolescence crisis, identity versus role confusion. Adolescents explore their identity. Who am I? What do I want to be? Religion and self-discovery are central. Positive role models are important for identity formation. Negative identity also is a form of identity, can change over time. If at 24 a person doesn't know who they are. Wait, I remember that. Wait, where was that? Oh, that, like, I think this was a generalization. I don't think this was just like an example that my lecturer gave. I think she just said that, like, if a person at 24 doesn't know who they are, that means that they were stuck in, like, the puberty stage. They fixated in, like, the crisis of puberty. That, like, because you need to solve who you are in puberty, right? It's one of the things of, like, being a teenager, right? Discovering who you are. So if you don't know what personality you have as an adult, that means you're still, like, fixated or stuck in the puberty stage. Right? Like, you're like a few levels behind. Yeah, and then just, like, example, like, teenagers express their identity with clothing. So it's very important to actually, like, explore, let teenagers explore life, because if they don't explore life, they will get stuck in the teenager, like, discovery phase into their, like, 20s and 30s. So you really don't want to limit your, I guess, teenager exploring life, you know, doing drugs, fucking hoes, because you don't want them to, like, fixate and basically be stuck as a child. Fuck me. I read all of these and I'm like, okay, I have that. It feels like doing one of those, like, Zodiac quizzes and you're like, well, this talks about me. This talks about me. This talks about me. I wrote this about you. Name is ChatGPT. Seem to jive with professional cortex not being fully developed until 25. Oh, prefrontal, not professional. The prefrontal cortex is about controlling your inhibitions, no? That's what we keep learning. It's the prefrontal cortex is what stops you from, like, impulsive buying, or that's why ADHD becomes less prominent in people above 25, because you have more control over your life. I don't think the prefrontal cortex is related to, like, your idea of what is your, like, personality. I mean, you could have a personality of, like, an impulsive buyer and ADHDer, but still, if you have, like, I think this uses, like, a radical case of, I don't know, you didn't have any friends as a teenager, so you don't know if you're the type of person to have friends. So there are different areas of the brain addressing different stages of development. Maybe there's not a lot of neurology currently in here, so I don't even know. Neurology has not been covered that much. It gets covered later on, but not in the I don't. Wait, what year did Erik Erikson even live in? What is this, like 1800s? Or like 1900s? Oh, this was he died in 1994. I mean, he was born in fucking 1902. I think only in more recent times that we start addressing. Oh yeah, I guess there's also this: trust versus mistrust, autonomy, integrity versus despair, virtue. Okay, trust. Yeah, I mean these make sense, but I don't know what the connection is to neurology and what brain centers work and what. Year I spawned, that's a sign. Based. 1 second.
And what I love most, she had so much soul. She said, "Excuse me, little homie, I know you don't know me, but
1 second.
my name is Wendy and I like to blow trees, and from that point I never blow her off. Niggas come from out of town, I like to show her off. They like to act tough.
Okay.
She like to tone them off.
So,
And make 'em straighten up their hat 'cause she know they
okay,
soft.
this was a quick one.
She showed me how to go downtown.
This was a quick one. We basically learned about Freud's stages and Erikson stages. This was all there was to it. Okay. Well, we learned Freud was slightly unhinged. We learned that Erikson was more hinged. There's so much more stuff here that doesn't get translated. I have strong need to make everything make sense. Probably coping with some shit. Probably. I feel like I have that, but yeah, it's like a form of obsession. Because I obsess over it, like everything needs to make sense. I need to everything needs to be defined, everything needs to be clear, because it's scary if it's not, right? For me, it's like a form of obsession. But, yeah, okay. Well, this was rather simple. Okay. Let me be clear, Obama. My opinion on that is, oh, StreamerBot is no longer... What the fuck? Wait. StreamerBot no longer turns on when Windows goes live. Why? StreamerBot. No, it's enabled. It'll drive your partner crazy. Oh, it did every time. There's a reason I'm single. Trust me. It's, yeah. It's been a problem. I don't control your StreamerBot? You could. Not. Okay. Well, this was easy. What is the next one about? Oh, behavioralists and theories. Oh, fuck, but this has photos. This is where I started adding photos to everything. Problem is, the more photos, yeah, there's a lot of shit here. ChatGPT ain't gonna fucking translate. Okay. This too. Type it out manually. I would rather kill myself in a video game. Oh yeah, this is thicker. Okay. Yeah, this is behavioralists, the Skinner box, the operational something. Are you also training your ChatGPT? No, but that would be a good idea. We train our ChatGPT to be a psychologist. Okay, let's read the English version, then we'll look at photos. So yeah, there's behavior there. Now I guess we're getting into schools of psychology. We have like behavioralists, environmentalists, cognitivists, and whatever. So key points focuses on behavior, which can be observed or recorded, studies how reactions are learned and changed based on the SR stimulus response. Yeah, like you want something, so you change your behavior to get something. Okay. Okay. Did you want to do the other AI thingy? What other AI? Life is an ongoing process of learning. Environment plays the most important role in behavior. Behaviorism, voice stuff. Voice stuff. I don't know what you're asking me. 11 Labs. Yes. Yeah. Why are we talking about 11 Labs right now? I already told everyone to go make a video. I'm lost. Only behavior can precisely be recorded. Mental contents of a person manifesting through their actions. Yeah, because you can't. Behaviorists thought that because psychology before was super subjective in terms of their emotions, and they were like, emotions are not objective, and we should focus on behavior instead of like hearing their yapping. Because if someone says like, I'm hungry, but they never eat, you want to focus why they are hungry, right? You want to focus why they're not eating even though they're hungry, right? Concept like subconscious, unconscious, and perception are not accepted by J.B. Watson, who defines psychology as the science of behavior, emphasizing objectivity. And this is where psychologists start clashing, that they're like, there is no subconscious, there is no unconscious, there's only what you can record in the real world. Behaviorists propose that humans are like blank slates at birth, shaped entirely by stimulus-response patterns. Learning occurs in two ways: the classical conditioning and operant conditioning. Is there anything more on it? Shit, so fucking hard to understand what I wrote here. I think, okay, yeah, no, I don't know. Theories in behavioralism. Pavlov's experiments focused on classical conditioning with dogs. Okay, food naturally causes salivation, unconditional stimulus, and unconditional response, or unconditioned response. Okay. Neutral stimuli, a bell, initially does not evoke a response. After repeated pairing of neural stimulus bell with an unconditional stimulus food, the neutral stimulus becomes conditioned stimulus, triggering salivation. True. It's like every time I hear a donation sound now, it makes me get the feeling of a donation coming in. What's so special here? Because I'm here, and I'm the most special person in everyone's life. John. Problem? Question mark. You mean the hard-on? Yes, I am very much the hard-on right now. Okay, so yeah, this explains the unconditional and conditional stimuluses, that you can basically train your you could basically train a person. I guess how ads work now, in terms of like, you see an ad on TV that markets food to you and you immediately want to go to McDonald's, right? It's basically how the entire advertising industry runs. The key to concepts in classical conditioning. Okay, so this is classical conditioning, I guess. Extinction. If conditioned response is not reinforced, it can fade over time. That's true, right? Like, if people stop donating money and I couldn't hear the sound anymore, after some time, I would stop associating the sound of the donation with getting money. Question: why does my doctor container within doctor container error out? It's probably because you need some Ligma, I think. Have you tried pasting in the Ligma key? Because clearly you're kind of like several levels down in the 4-watt setting, and I think you need to up that to kind of even it out, probably. Yeah. Okay, generalization. Organisms respond to stimuli similar to conditioned stimulus. Okay. Discrimination. Differentiating between similar stimuli and responding to only one specific conditioned one. Okay. And then we got Skinner's operant conditioning, which is different to classical conditioning. Discrimination is bad. No, discrimination is absolutely giga-based, obviously. Those ads work even on someone who with profound autism. I would argue that autism would probably be like I feel like it would leave you maybe more vulnerable to them rather than to be like a shield against them. I don't think any ad, as far as I can remember, has ever worked on me. Because I'm such a cheap fuck that I just don't buy anything, ever. I'm just such a stingy bastard. Nothing works on me. So our autist test group would be the purest testing group. Maybe. I'm here. I'm in a Xeno stream. Someone better say hi to me. Why do you live your life with what other people have to do for you instead of what you can do to other people? But hello. That's a bit of a backwards emotional regulation. Skinner's operant conditioning. Behavior is influenced by consequence, either reinforcement or punishment. Positive reinforcement, adding a pleasant stimulus to encourage behavior. Rewards, yes, like you tell your kid, like, do good and I'll buy you a new computer, right? Negative reinforcement, removing an unpleasant stimulus to encourage behavior. Studying to avoid scolding. It's probably how most of you were raised here, guys. Type 1 in chat if you were raised with negative reinforcement. I assume most people here. And punishment, adding or removing stimuli to reduce undesired behavior. Okay, yeah, one, not sure. Oh, do you got a suppression there? You can't, the defense mechanisms. But yeah, this is very prominent in parenting. I wonder if it would be better to never use it, or is it like still a good form of reinforcement or effective? Skinner emphasized that behavior can be shaped by systematically reinforcing desired actions. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of what like psychology is, I guess. When you think of psychology, it's not just like emotions, it's a lot of like very basic human behaviors and how to like exploit them. I think it's 50-50. But should you ever like scold your kid for not doing well in school? Like, maybe sometimes. Maybe like sometimes. Because if you're always nice to him, he's probably gonna take it for granted or something, right? Because you can't always do positive reinforcements, right? Because they're gonna get attached to the positive reinforcement. They're gonna live their life seeking positive reinforcement, right? Like Mr. Ishinarisi just wanted positive reinforcement for being in my stream right now, and so he's an addict to positive reinforcement. He lives his life seeking positive reinforcement. It's kind of like an addiction, right? But if you do too much negative reinforcement, they're gonna develop anxiety and PTSD. Try to take the middle approach. I'm very middle of the road. And I assume your son is healthier because of it. Okay, applications of behavioralism. Learning and phobia reduction. Systematic desensitization. Gradual exposure to fear-inducing stimuli. Example, fear of dogs. Start with stories, then pictures, followed by small dogs, and eventually larger ones. Yeah, this is if you're afraid of spiders, the only way to like get through it is to like look at photos of spiders, then talk about spiders, then when you're ready, like see a spider from like far away, then like when you're ready, like come closer, and when you're ready, like see a larger one. Is it wrong to want to be happy? I don't think that's happiness. I think it's excitement and dopamine stimulus that we're talking about. Happiness is when like, happiness is a different emotion, I'd argue. is different to look. We need to work better in this subject. I've informed you regarding this, so now we will focus on studying, not Roblox. No computer, you failed. No bitches for you. Yeah. Yeah, you want to communicate it. Even if it's negative reinforcement, you probably want to communicate the negative reinforcement in a very understanding manner, right? You don't want to, like, schizo out and be like, you fucking, I never wanted kids. And now you're here on my doorstep, and every day I go to work and I work, and you can't even get a fucking 9 on your litmus fucking test in school. Yeah, you probably want to communicate like, well, Timmy, we talked about this. If you don't study harder in bitchology, we're gonna have to take away your computer for a week, and you know what that means. We don't want to do it, but that's probably what you want to do. You want to communicate the negative reinforcement in a very controlled manner, and then you can't get all the rewards all the time. As well, you do too much negative, then they start fear of fail. Yeah, the fear of failure is fucking terrible. What if the child can't study harder? What if a child can't study harder? I mean, you could always legalize abortion to the age of, like, whatever the child is. Second option is, I don't know. I mean, if the child can't study harder, if he's giving it, like, his best, and the parents are, like, helping him as well, and, like, you've actually, like, you've done all the Blue's Clues, and the child still is failing everything, then I would assume he's inattentive or something. I don't know. Maybe he's just dumb. What if your child is just a fucking dumbass, guys? What if your child is born with, like, the average IQ of 60, and he's just a dumbass? He's just fucking dumb. Yeah, I don't know. You start prepping him for craft school. He's not gifted, but parents deny the child's learning disabilities. Oh, then the child's fucked. If we're looking from, like, I was looking at it from a POV of a parent, but if we're looking at this as, like, a child is not gifted and the parent denies any, like, learning disabilities, like, right? That's, I don't know. You can't do anything. That's just like a third person situation. But if you were the parent in that case, I mean, I don't know. First of all, I don't know, maybe the kid has ADHD. Maybe the kid's fucking depressed. And I guess if he's not that gifted, you get a tutor or something, right? Like, as a parent, you can do a lot of that situation, but if you're not the parent in that situation, well, the kid's fucking throwaway. Applications of behavioralism, learning, and phobia. Oh yeah, this is the exposure therapy, addictions, avoiding stimuli, places, people. Associated with substance can help manage addiction. Yeah, this is when people that maybe you have a group of friends that you always drink with, or you always smoke with, or you always do drugs with, right? Like, it reinforces the conditioned behavior as we talked about before. That, like, you see this person, you see Jack, and Jack is a drug addict, and, like, it triggers the stimulus in your brain, or the effect in your brain that, like, Jack is the stimulus, right? You always do crack cocaine with Jack, so you're gonna do it. Or some people, like, smoke in their car or something, and every time you get in your car, it reinforces the behavior that you want to smoke, right? This is a big thing in addictions, to avoid places or people that make it spaz out. Here's a tricky thing: using rewards for desirable things like studying is fine short term, but you also have to make a big deal about showing the long term effects. 2 good grades. Oh, my psychologist just messaged me. Enter opportunities in life stuff. I think a lot of people suffer from short term. Yeah, I think this is going to be covered later on. I remember writing down stuff about that. I think we're going to get to it. I think. So yeah, reinforcement schedules, fixed intervals, reinforcement after set time, salaries, fixed ratio, reward after a specific number of responses, variable interval, unpredictable timing. Oh, this is This was basically the reinforcement schedules that humans work on. So, like, the fact that how Tinder works is because you get a dopamine spike at an unpredictable timing. So it's like a variable interval reinforcement dopamine thing. Or like fishing. You never know when you catch a fish, but that like gives you even more excitement, right? As a guy on Tinder, you don't know when you're going to get a match, and for most of you, it's probably going to be never. So yeah, it's and rewards after unpredictable number of responses gambling. True. This is basically if you want to be a reductionist, and maybe not reductionist is not the good word. If you want to understand how the human society is built, these are the psychological bases that everything is built. So, like, you work because you know that you get reinforced with a specific, like, salary on time, right? Like, you go to work to get money, right? You're like, the carrot on the stick is money at a fixed interval. Then Tinder works on the variable interval and variable ratio for gambling. So yeah, this is, if you want to understand how the world works in 4 pointers, I guess this is how society is built. It's very difficult to appreciate this kind of future opportunities. They are more focused about playing and stuff, not about grades in uni. When I was a kid, no one even like told me why I should ever study or why I should do well. I feel like there's a way to educate a kid in that regard without, like, he's never gonna understand fully, right? But I feel like I feel like there should be a way. But yeah, that's why your job as a parent is to also kind of like lead your kid on a stick, right? Like guide them to success, because they don't really know why they need it. You should do your best to explain it, but because what I hate about like the parenting that was done on me is that it was very like not outside the box, right? Like none of my parents were like, you need to do this because like look at the way like this is gonna work and like this is gonna be like this. As a kid, I was just told like do it, and I was like, why? And later like, because you need to do it. It's like, well, go fuck yourself then. And then you specifically don't do it, or not specifically, you intentionally don't do it, just to like annoy them. So yeah, I feel like an important. Now I'm not a parent. I'm a 25-year-old who doesn't have any kids. But, yeah, I feel like that is a bad, because I said so, because I said so, it's such a fucking, it's such a terrible way of communicating anything. Social cognitive therapy. Albert Bandura introduced a reciprocal determinism. Behavior is influenced by interaction between personal factors, behavior, and environmental conditions. Wow, okay, so we combined behavior and environment into one, emphasized learning through observation and modeling. Behavior is shaped by external circumstances and cognitive processes, thoughts, and interpretations. Key components of modeling: attention, observing the behavior; retention, storing observed behavior in memory; reproduction, reproducing the behavior under similar circumstances; and motivation, having incentive to act similarly. Okay, so you build models of behavior. Models of behavior can be from healthy to unhealthy, like your parenting model, or the way you, interact socially model. From my own life, I feel like I have very like key models that control my entire life, and I need to like go back and remake the model. Like the anxiety model is basically what I base my entire life on. For me personally, as potentially fucking semi-autistic person, it helps me to break life into like models, right? Like I have this model of interacting with people. I have this model of like feeling emotions. I have this model of like, how I handle streams going bad. This model of like how I handle success. What helps me in life and what I talk to my therapist often is breaking life down into these models, which are these. The Bobo doll experiment. Children observed an adult aggressively hitting a doll. When frustrated, children imitated the aggressive behavior, demonstrating that observed actions can be learned without direct reinforcement. I guess if you see your dad beating your mom and drinking alcohol, it can reinforce the action without any, like, direct reinforcement, like a reward for being an alcoholic. Just learn the behavior and copy it from one of your parents. Oh shit, learn helplessness. When individuals face uncontrollable negative events, they may develop a sense of helplessness, believing they have no control. This can lead to passivity, depression, and avoidance of behaviors. I don't know why, and maybe I'm generalizing way too much. I feel like I've seen so many women, girls my age, women far older than me, that have a lot of learned helplessness. It's where they, like, give up any control of their life. It's like, and they refuse to do anything about it because they've accepted it as the norm. Boys learn to do it, their partners, as adults. Girls learn to seek it out in theirs because it's what they knew, like, comfort. Oh, fuck, every time I read these, I'm like 17 fucking sentences down, and I'm like, what was the context to that message? But I agree. Guys, do we have any learned helpless people in chat, guys? When you're I feel like politics has a lot of learned helplessness. You hear a lot of these people being like, why should I vote? My vote doesn't matter anyway. Right? Almost all young people have learned helplessness when it comes to politics and voting. Right? It's one of the most prominent cases of learned helplessness that you see. In terms of, like, depression, fuck me. I've seen so many girls have it. Jesus. In terms of, like, it's like learned depression, learned helpless depression. It's like, well, I can't do anything about it anyway. It's like, yeah. Boy, oh, yeah. Like, because, yeah, that was like a comfort zone. Yeah, I agree with this, yeah. Yeah, learned helplessness is, I don't know about you, but it's a very prominent thing in the people around my life, and I think I have it as well. Like, you could argue I have some learned helplessness about being a streamer. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm, you know, I used to say things like, you know, I'm not gonna ever, like, grow big on Twitch anyway because I'm like a terrible streamer, right? Like, at this point, the negativity on the stream, like, if we take the loop of reinforcement, the reinforcement that, like, it's never gonna do anything has been reinforced so many times. It has become like a learned helpless behavior. And you play into it as well, which is bad. Cognitive psychology. Humans are curious, active thinkers. All mental processes are underpinned by cognitive operations, simulation, and accommodation. Okay, schemes. Cognitive frameworks for interpreting and organizing information. Example, a child seeing a plane may initially categorize it as a bird, a simulation. With more knowledge, they can scheme. The scheme can be adjusted to recognize it as an airplane. Accommodation. Okay. Okay. What are we doing? We're studying psychology today. We're reading my notes. Well, my notes translated from Lithuanian to English via ChatGPT. So yeah, assimilation and basically, people have schemes, or I would almost say learned generalization, accommodation. I think it might be the same thing. Yeah, like children or people, everyone has a bunch of schemes, right? A bunch of models. I don't know I feel like scheme is a bad word because it's the word I used in Lithuanian. Maybe ChatGPT didn't translate it very well. I feel like in English there should be a different word than scheme. I feel like schema is a bad word. I feel like in English psychology they would use a different word here. That's right, schema? Is it schemas? Scripts and... Wait, is it schema? Not even scheme? Am I supposed to say like schemas? I don't even know. Yeah, basically you have a lot of, as I understand this, right? You, as a kid, right, a bird and a plane both fly. And you assimilate it to like the bird schema. But with more knowledge, you can just recognize an airplane. So assimilation is adding something to a schema that already exists. And accommodation, no, it is accommodation. And accommodation is basically adjusting a current scheme to create a new one, I guess. Right? Because then you have like the bird scheme, right? Bird is an animal, and then you have like an entirely different scheme. It's like, okay, there are probably some like devices, and these devices fly. There's this device called a plane, so we're gonna put in like the device, you know, schema. A child doesn't think like this, but I guess if I try to schematic, it was often used for treating ADHD. Schemas also play a huge role in stereotypes, trauma, and psychology. Actually, without a lot of thinking. Schematic? Yeah, why not be schematic? Oh, Lord Worgen. Schema derived from schematic. Okay. But yeah, okay. So simulation is adding an object or a person or an emotion. I guess like you can categorize anything in life, right? So simulation is when you add it to a known schema, and yeah, accommodation is when you oh no, fuck me, is my audio dead again? No, it's not. Okay. Integration of theories, behavioralism, psychoanalysis, and humanism and cognitive theories each other offer valuable insights. What do theories each other offer? What the fuck does this mean? That's not... ChatGPT is schizoid. Using multiple approaches, eclecticism can provide more comprehensive... Yeah, as a psychologist, you want to model all of the different approaches to psychology, because all of them are like pieces of the puzzle, and you want to combine all of them. What are we studying? We're studying my psychology course. Maybe this is illegal, but... Okay. So what did we learn in this one? Okay, so we have... yeah, we talked about behavioralism, that behaviors acted on the stimulus and response mechanism. And then there was we went deep into classical conditioning and Skinner's operant conditioning, the positive, negative, and punishment reinforcing. Then we had learned phobia, addictions. Then we learned a little bit about social cognitive therapy, and that they go ham on modeling. Modeling for me seems very similar to the schema thing. I don't know. I guess there's social cognitive and cognitive, so I guess they're very similar. But the modeling for me seems it's like almost identical to schema. It would even help me to like assimilate them both as one thing instead of two different ones, because they seem very... They seem almost like... I guess this is more like modeling is more about behavior. While a schema is more about how you understand the world. Yeah, how's Lithuania, Lord Worgen? Okay. So in this one, we learned more about just different approaches to psychology. Okay, so far we learned about the theories, structuralism, foundationalism, Freud. We learned about Freud's opinions, the id, the superego, defense mechanisms. Yeah, then we learned about the different psychosexual stages of Freud and psychosocial stages of Erik Erikson. And we just learned about behaviorists, social cognitivists, and cognitivists, and responses. Modeling is learned from watching. But schemas are also learned from watching, though. I learned a lot. I like how you take your notes. These are like my early notes. I've slowly but surely, like, all of my notes are becoming better. Thing is, where was this? What we didn't see is that this had a lot of photos that we didn't look at. Skinner's operating conditioning chamber, also called Skinner's box, was designed to teach rats how to push a lever. This behavior is not natural to rats, so operating conditioning with positive and negative reinforcement were performed in order to teach this behavior. Positive reinforcement, a rat was awarded with food when he pressed the lever. Negative reinforcement, a rat was able to turn off electric shocks produced by the floor. Oh, yeah, it's weird for me that negative reinforcement is not a punishment. It's just like the lack of anything bad. You help yourself to not... Because negative reinforcement for me would be like you get a shock, but there are 3. Positive reinforcement, avoiding the negative reinforcement, and punishment. Schemas form in a variety of other ways. Can be formed from watching. Okay. And if you guys don't know, Sion does have a bachelor's degree in psychology, so he studied all of this as well. Okay, these are in Lithuanian. Oh yeah, this is the positive and negative masters. Wait, do you have a master's degree in psychology? Wait. Couldn't you be a psychologist then? Or do you need an MD for that? I'm so confused. Because in Lithuania, PhD is for psychologists. Wait. Okay, wait. Wait, our master's degree, a PhD, and MD are all 3 separate degrees, right? Because the master's degree... They're all 3 separate degrees, right, guys? Yes. Okay. Because in Lithuania, there is no medical degree. The master's degree is the medical degree. So to be a psychologist, you can't... Like, you need a master's degree. Because there is no such thing as, like, a psychological MD here. So with the master's degree, like a master's degree in clinical psychology, which technically, I guess, would count as a medical degree, ? And then you can officially be the American system and Lithuanian system are... Yeah, I thought one could dispense meds and one couldn't. No, that's a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist has to go through med school, residency, let you practice mental health counseling, but you have to get a license after the master's. PhDs... Wait, so you can. If you get a license, you can practice it, right? Is med school plus psychology. They do therapy and treat with medications. Oh, wait. Wait, in America, can you prescribe medications as a MD psychologist? Wait, can you? Because it says you can treat medications. Yes, you can't prescribe meds. What the fuck? Really? That's crazy. God damn. Wait, can you get your MD degree immediately after your bachelor's, or do you need to get master's and then you can only get do you need to get bachelor's, master's, and then you can only get the MD degree? How does it work? God damn, the American system is so confusing. Because here, there's no way you can get into med school with bachelor's. God damn. Guys, maybe I need to get my bachelor's degree and then I need to fuck off to America to get my MD degree. Maybe I shouldn't even do my master's in Lithuania. Because, yeah, the master's in Lithuania, you can, if you get a license, you can practice being a psychologist. Generally, you would get a bachelor's in chemistry or biochem, not psychology. If you want to go to med school. Do you have to go, do you have to do, like, is there a specific med school for psychologists, or is it literally like you go through 12 years of med school. Maybe I'm confusing it. Maybe the MD degree is literally like just going to med school. Just to be like any doctor. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Okay, yeah, we got. I need to not schizo out. Just the normal med school, 4 years, and then you specialize. Doing the psychiatry. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, the MD degree is for psychiatry, not psychology. So yeah, you could be a psychologist, right? With the master's degree, you just need to get a license, which, you know, is probably possible. But I understand it now. But there's no such thing as like a medical degree psychologist, right? Because you become a psychiatrist. There's no such thing as a medical degree psychologist, as I understand. Okay, classical, social. Being a psychologist with only a master's, you would be a clinical technician. Ah, okay, that's the big difference here. Okay, because here you are a psychologist with a master's degree. Okay. So many caveats. Okay, interesting. Gist is only a title you get for doctrinate. Americans are wild, okay? Wild. No wonder fucking Trump wants to close the Department of Education, okay? You guys are cooked. You know what? Never. I change my mind, guys. I'm all for Trump closing the education department, okay? You guys are fucked. Your system is, to be honest, maybe better than ours, but it's different than mine, so obviously it makes me feel threatened, so obviously, fuck yeah, let Trump close the Department of Education. Burn that shit down. Okay, yeah. Wrote it down. Behavior, environment, cognitive process. Okay, the photos here. Social, cognitive. Yeah, I wrote all of these down. Okay, the photos here don't really add anything. Oh wait, schema is the main intellectual unit. Schema is a cognitive process that governs name association and experimenting? Question mark. Schemas control your behavior. You're a clinical psychologist as a separate profession in Latvia. They're kind of between psychologist and psychiatrist. Yeah, that's the same thing here. That's what the master's degree that I would want to do is, or would be. It's 2 years of clinical psychology that you do after your bachelor's degree, and then you become a clinical psychologist. You cannot prescribe stuff, but you are, I guess, kind of armed in diagnosing. Okay. Next one. Guys, so far so good. Translate this to. Okay. Next one. Okay. Psychogenetic. Okay. What are the... What is this? This is the... I don't know how you translate raid. Oh, maybe it's development. Maybe it's just development. Oh, wait, yeah, maybe the word... Maybe raida just means development. Okay. So, development. It's phylogenetic development and ontogenetic development. Okay. So, evolutionary development of species and ontogenetic is individual organisms' development. Okay. So, it's almost like phenotype versus genotype, but not really. It's like phenotypic genotype and just genotype. It's the single organism versus his entire species. One American is smart, guys, but all Americans, dumb. Development overview covers the period from beginning of life until death, progress in certain ways, progresses in a certain way and remains relatively consistent unless extraordinary circumstances arise. Okay, basically trauma. Characteristics of development takes place during prenatal stages, infancy, childhood, adolescence, and beyond. Developmental processes are closely tied to age. Definition: studies how behavior and psychological changes occur as people age. Goal: to understand human growth and change. Methods: natural observation, experimentation, interviews, longitudinal studies, cross-sectional studies, and diary methods. Okay, so the way you development just studies how people change during how they age, and then you just study it by just looking at it, experimenting, talking to them. Longitudinal studies are I think one of them is like I remember. Alright, longitudinal studies. Alright, how mean Xenos is in my diary. I'm not that mean. I'm only mean when I lose a game of chess. Or somebody in my chat called Bommy comes in. As an example of operant conditioning is sending me dick pics to discourage getting stream snaps, Kappa. No, I can send you a dick pic. It's not going to be of me, but I can send you one. Might have Nim somewhere in there. Longitudinal, cross-sectional. Fuck, okay, wait, longitudinal study. Google, wait. Longitudinal study is a research design involved repeated observations of the same variables, people, over a long period of time. Okay, so you measure people over a long period of time. And cross-sectional study is observation studies analyze data from a population at a single point in time. Okay. At a single point in time. So cross-sectional, you just analyze them how they are now, versus longitudinal, you study them over a period of time, I guess. Like, you put them in a 30-year study and you just see how they change, versus cross-sectional. I guess you just, like, look at them. You just look at them, what happens there. I only take whole pics now. Like Whole Foods. I could send you some whole food grain. Some whole grain bread or something. Diary methods. Focuses on individual development as well. Cross-sectional study. Oh, wait. Fucking, I love that, like, I don't read what's... Okay. It explains some of these immediately. Cross-sectional study. Example, asserting the self-esteem of 13-year-olds. Yeah, because you assert, like, you assess it right now. Versus longitudinal would be you assess it over, like, how their self-esteem changes over, you know, from 13 to 35, right? You would have the same patients that you measure through that time. It's how you do a lot of other studies, I guess, of medication affecting them over time, placebos and whatnot. So all those would be longitudinal. Okay, levels of phylogenetic development. 3 levels, okay, so phylogenetic development is 3 levels. First one is instinctive behavior. Taxis? Movement towards a stimulus source. Reflexes. Conditional and unconditional. Instinct. Okay. Is the word taxis? Taxis? Is that correct there? Moving towards a stimulus source. I guess this is the same as, like, this food salivating, right? It's an unconditional reflex. And then the instinct is to go eat, right? You taxis or taxis would be you see food and you start salivating. Your stomach begins rumbling. And the natural instinct just to go and get it. Okay. Then learned behaviors. Yep, okay, cool. Or your whole starts palpitating. Yeah, that would be unconditional. True. Kick W. Acquired through experience. Oh, shit. Okay, that also goes with the whole palpitations, potentially. Is like Pavlov conditioning. Shit, Pavlov conditioning. I already remembered. Pavlov conditioning was like right here somewhere, right? Where was the Pavlov conditioning? I remember. I'm doing the thing where like it's somewhere in my brain because we saw. Oh, in Lithuanian, was it even called Pavlovian? Wait, Pavlov. Oh no. Wait. Pavlov was the one you're studying with me? I am. I copied your idea because you're the one that suggested this one. You were the one that suggested to do study streams. What are you studying? Experimenting with dogs. Oh yeah, that was the Pavlovian. Wait, is Ivan Pavlov where like the saying like "don't be Pavlovian" comes from? Is the saying derived from his name? Ivan, I think. Sounds right. Oh wait, no. I don't know what his name is. Ivan? Probably, most likely. Ivan. Well, fuck. Ivan. Look, because I control F and there was Ivan Pavlov. But I don't think this is the same guy. Because at the top here it said Ivan, so yeah. Ivan might be a Russian neurologist. Based. Okay, so we got 3 levels of phylogenetic development. Okay, so just basically reflexes and instincts, then behavior through experience, and intellectual behavior, so just to be more unique to humans, involving actions not previously performed. Okay. Wait, okay, where was it? I feel like this would be... Okay, wait. Erickson. Cognitive, physical. I love that. Like, my Lithuanian notes are not at all like my English notes. I feel like I'm reading 2 different fucking, like, articles. It's not, like... or wait, phylogenesis. Oh wait, okay. Phylogenetics. Phylogenese. Okay. And the instinctive one. The learned one. Learned psychic. Oh god. And then we got intellectual behavior. Okay. Phylogenetics, guys, okay? Remember, if there's one thing you take away from today's stream, it's the name phylogenetics. Okay, the attachment research. Changing the caregiver imprinting can result in following the substitute. Okay. Is this like when you get a stepdad or a stepmom or something? I feel like this is too short of a sense for me to really understand. Smell plays a significant role in attachment to people, as I said with Spectator. Apparently, people without a sense of smell have way more problems forming attachments to people due to you not bonding with your mom's smell as a kid. In general, smell is like a pretty important factor in terms of bonding with people. So if someone smells like shit, you probably are not gonna you're probably not gonna bond with them as easily. So guys, if you take a second thing away from today's stream, is a fucking shower. Infant fears. Infants respond more strongly to spiders and snakes than to fish. Oh yeah. This was that mechanisms for ancestral fears are inherited and passed down through generations. Yeah, this was talking about the fact that fear of snakes and spiders is hereditary. People are born with, like, the fear of spiders and snakes is not learned behavior. It's hereditary. You were born with it. Due to the fact that, like, the Ooga Booga people back in the day had to deal with poisonous snakes and spiders. Even though we don't have a lot of them in Europe, I think it's used as a It's used as one of the pieces of evidence, I think, for like the Great Migration, that we all came from like Africa or whatever, right? We all migrated from there initially, and that's around the time where the fear of snakes and spiders would have been essential for survival, and so a lot of people still have it because that's that strong in our genetics. So if you're afraid of spiders, chances are it's fucking genetic, and you're not a pussy. Okay. Physical development. Okay, includes growth, bodily changes, height, weight, body density. Okay, your penis size. Covers motor skills, nutrition, and physical activity. Factors influencing physical development. Okay, food, sports, nourishment, microbiota. Yeah. I like that we're covering the microbiota in our studies, because it is like a big thing these days in terms of your mental health, that you need to keep your microbiota healthy, because there are a lot of microbes in your gut that are directly linked to how depressed you are. Basically, if you eat a lot of trash food, it is directly linked to worse mental health. And if you have a nice, healthy diet, then it's linked to, the biome being healthy. Microbiota of these labia. Technically, they would have it, right? That's a fact of the day. Technically, I guess you would have. Maybe you'd have the vaginal microbiota. Maybe not the labia one. Cognitive development. It involves growth of all cognitive processes used to acquire knowledge. Includes mental processes like perception, imagination, memory, learning. Okay, just your mind. Okay. Psychosocial development. Concerns of human emotional, social maturation. The CNS, central nervous system. Characteristics may remain mostly unchanged with small exceptions. Includes personality and social development along with emotional and moral growth. Okay. So just different forms of human behavior that you just psychosocially you develop to learn how to fucking interact with people, and emotionally, then cognitive development. It's a good song for the stream. Yeah. Okay, key assumptions about development. Continuous process. Contrary to Freud's belief that development ends at around the age of 6, development lasts a lifetime. True. We're getting into how Freud has been fact-checked here. Involves gains and losses. Each phase includes achievements and setbacks. True, guys. Okay. So if your life sucks, okay, you're in the setback period, guys. Okay. For some people, it definitely stops at 6. Mainly conservatives. Truers. Where's Lord Worgen when you need him? He was in chat just like 10 minutes ago. True. I'm eating cauliflower. We're starting a fight. Look, we need entertainment. Okay. People are gonna get bored if I just read all day. So we need entertainment. We need someone like... We need some radicalism in chat. Cauliflower. Is it flavor in Lithuania? Absolutely. It's the flavor of the best thing you've ever had. Have you tried to do Anki cards? Anki cards just paper? Where on one side you write questions, the other the answers? Oh yeah, I used Oh my god. I just hit my computer and my screen turned off. But it's back. I use Quizlet.com. Yeah. But it's really fucking annoying typing all of the information into it. And right now I'm just studying just to get the basic idea of psychology. Right now I don't have like any specific... I mean, I have my psychology midterm tomorrow, but I have no idea what's going to be in it, so I'm just like learning everything. have no idea what she said it's gonna be so easy that like you don't even need to prepare. Okay. I think she's coping, but we're getting us ready to cope. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get a basic idea of what I've studied across the last 3 months. So yeah. Okay. So it's continuous, it gains and losses, multifaceted and multi-directional, influenced by numerous factors. Plastic development can be altered and adjusted, yeah, like your brain plasticity, right? Contextual, inseparable from cultural, societal, and historical circumstances. Standard age-related influences. Cultural epoch. Okay, yeah, by generational cohorts. And non-standard influences. Just like very basic facts about like what alters your development. Like standard age-related influences, like your dad leaving when you're 7, being depressed because you're Lithuanian, and then your mom beating you because she's an abuser. It was like, if you fail, you should end it in Minecraft. I don't think wrong. She said like it would take an extraordinary talented person to fail this, to fail it. And she also said all of you are gonna cheat anyway, so no. Interdisciplinary field requires input from various sciences and disciplines. Okay. So this is just literally how a person develops. These are the 6 ways a person develops. And these are the 6 ways that brought you guys to this stream today. Okay. You're currently in the setback stage because you're here. But don't worry, guys. It's a continuous process. Okay, development is continuous and cumulative. A constant process. Events during significant life phase influence future development. Okay. And holistic. Changes in one developmental area affects the others. Physical change impacts cognitive and social growth. Erik Erikson made observations about adolescence similar to those... Wait. Adolescence similar to those... Oh. That the observations that he made about adolescent individuals are the same as, or similar to the ones that we have today. Which I guess reinforces that, you know, even though, whatever, like 40, 50 years have gone by, that it's still mostly the same development. Okay. Cohort effects in adolescence. Adolescents must adapt and discover this. Adolescents must adapt and discover themselves. Key tasks include setting boundaries. Damn, I never learned that one. You can see that my notes all get fucking crazy at the end, and they like meaningless because my lecturer is like fucking. She said she's half autistic and super ADHD, and you can see it when she fucking starts panicking. It's like the world crumbles around her. So by the end of the lesson, she starts like just going ham. Tasks of adulthood. Find a partner. Well, I failed that one. Build a social network. Viewers, I hope, count. Achieving financial stability. Probably the worst one so far. Developing hobbies. Never had a single one. Learning to accept change. Nope, I can't do that. Supporting children and becoming independent. Don't have any. Caring for aging parents. That one's going to be annoying. Waffles. I'm happy in my setback. Fuck. I have a pancake mix that I'm gonna use tomorrow, so I'm gonna make some Giga-based pancakes tomorrow. Ooh, I can't wait for it. Guys, how many tasks of adulthood have you done so far, guys? Okay, according to whoever in psychology, these are the tasks of adulthood. Guys, how many of them have you done so far? Okay. So 3. Most. 4 or 5. Okay, so I have 2. I mean, streaming is a hobby, and going to university is a hobby, right, guys? And, amazing song. It's been on my playlist for a while. For some reason, I knew that you're gonna appreciate the song. It's how many things I think about at the same time. Jesus Christ, I've only done 1. Okay, maybe 2. Okay, I've done 2 of them, guys. Space Kato is like fucking about half. Space Kato and MDE are speedrunning. I mean, I don't know if speedrunning is the right word. Okay, and 3 for Nigruka. Okay, well, we all suck together. Okay, so we learned about development. There's there's physical development. There's psychogenetic development, which is just, it was the reflexes, learned behavior, and intellectual behavior. This one confuses me a little bit. I have caveats. Yeah, everyone has caveats. It's good to have caveats. You're living with mom. Are you caring for her? Doesn't it count? Knowing our relationship, not really. It's like borderline toxic, so I wouldn't use such radical wording. But no shit, when she gets older, it's gonna be such a fucking horrible thing. Because she wants to put like no effort into anything at all. And for the last 50 years, she's already like guilt tripped everyone into like taking care of her. It's only gonna get worse. Jesus. Kill me. Okay, so we learned about development, physical development, phylogenetic development. We got cognitive, whatever. Then we know how the person develops. Basically, we learned how a person develops from mental, physical, social maturity, and yeah, it's ever changing. Depends on the life stage you are. Okay. Got some new black tea today. It's actually very good. Okay, well, this one was easy. On to the next one. Translate this. Okay, on to the next one, guys. The other one is... what is the other one? No, it's research, I think. Right. Philosophical perspective. Materialists, matter is primary, consciousness and psyche are secondary. Oh my god. I hit my computer again and my screen went off again. Cool. Okay. We got materialists and idealists. That materialists just talk about matter, consciousness, anything mental, I guess, is secondary. An idealist, consciousness is primary, the material body is secondary. Oh, we're gonna get into some schizo shit here, I can already feel. Objective idealist, consciousness exists objectively, and subjective idealist, consciousness depends on the individual. Yeah, do you guys believe in objective consciousness? What does consciousness depends on the individual? What does that mean? What does this statement mean? I don't even know. I believe in objectifying. Oh. It's kind of fucked up. Damn. Okay. It's kind of fucked up there in them. Jesus. Well, I thought better of you. Characteristics of the psyche has regulative function and reflexive function. A lot of reflexes. I mean, humans are literally like a reflex machine. Stimulus and reflex machine, so I guess, yeah. The basis of psychology is literally just reflexes and stimulus. Okay. Psychological, what the fuck am I reading? Psychological structure. The psyche is a whole made up of components. all independent. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I love my notes. Reflex machine, the acid reflux machine. Okay, so yeah, the conscious self-awareness and unconscious processes. Consciousness, our connection to reality, awareness of who we are and the world around us. Understanding and adapting to the social environment, awareness of what we know, our behavior, and its consequences. Features of consciousness. Knowledge, selective attention. Consciousness involves attention and willpower. In states of consciousness, alert state, active awareness, and altered state of consciousness, special or atypical awareness. So I guess it's like sleeping and or doing drugs or being sleepy, right? You either have like you're actively aware in the alert state, or you're just altered in some way. This is you guys after drugs. Okay, so we got 2 states of consciousness: normal, alert, and altered. Okay. What is this song? What is this, what was the, oh wait, let's listen to another good song. Oh wait, yeah, these are the brainwave stages. Delta, 0 to 4, theta, 4 to 8 hertz, alpha, 8 to 14, beta, 14 to 30, gamma, 35 to 130. I'm not gonna learn these. I don't think I need to, but still. I'm on my Sigma brainwaves. Die. Okay. Self-awareness, understanding oneself. Do you guys have self-awareness? Anyone has self-awareness and shit? Understanding oneself, the highest level of self-reflection unique to humans. Self-awareness develops around the age of 1. Really? I thought it would have been older. Yeah. Okay. I hope so. A lot of people that say that they're self-aware usually are not. Key elements of self-awareness. Self-image, how one perceives oneself, and self-evaluation, assessing one's worth. Damn. Most people probably have both of those on low settings. The self-image sucks, and self-evaluation is that you're worthless. That's it's probably the most relatable things I've said for everyone this entire stream. How does strengthen self-efficacy? Observing utter success. Receiving constructive feedback. Reducing stress responses. I don't know if observing utter success is... I mean, I guess in Lithuanian it sounds less radical. Just like when you see that someone else can do something, you kind of copy them. Rather than like observing their success feels very radical. I think someone made a test and babies were self-aware around 7-8 months. Okay, that makes sense because it says around the age of 1, so this was probably based around that study. Self, who I am, self-esteem, self-worth, self-knowledge, understanding, predicting oneself. I'm still not self-aware, but you're autistic, so it's fine. Social self, roles, identity, and social responsibilities. The cycle of self-perception. How I see myself may not align with how others see me. Oh, fuck, I have this. The me in my head that I have is almost completely not how I act. My actions, how I see myself, others' reactions to me, how others perceive me, my next action. Do you guys have this where your like idea of who you are doesn't align with who you are in real life? You know, in your mind, maybe you're like, damn, I'm so confident, I'm so good, then you need to do something and you're like, well, fuck me, I'm a pussy. Do you guys have this where the image just doesn't align with actual reality? Or you guys are all healthy, as they say. No, really? No. Oh. Well, fuck all of you then. Never mind. Don't talk to me anymore. Self-esteem considerations. Many people tie their self-worth to their achievements. Me, when I have when I have a lot of viewers. If I'm a good person if I have above 50 viewers, I'm a bad person if I have under 40 viewers. And if I have and if I have more than 1600 chess rating, that means I'm a good person. If it's under 1600, I'm bad. So today I crossed 1600 again, so I'm a good person. That's really the case though, unless you're surrounded by people who blunt tell you how constantly they see you. Yeah, but I feel like it's a thing you perceive yourself. I don't think it's what others perceive of you that they tell you. It's how they react to you, maybe. Because if in your mind you're like a confident person, and the natural reactions of other people is to perceive you or like give you comments that don't align with your reality. It's probably not like they tell you straight up. It's how what they tell you. If I think I'm a pussy and I act like a pussy, shit, you are what you eat. I always underestimate myself. Okay. Focusing solely on achievements for self-esteem is not healthy. It's important to separate self-worth from accomplishments. I wonder. Okay. Guys, what are some healthy things to have self-esteem about that have nothing to do with your achievements? Not your job, not your degree, not your education. What are some, like, good things to, like, build your self-esteem around? Like, you're the type of person, like, you have friends, so you're, like, a person that is capable of interacting with people. Or, like, you know, you make good food, so you're like, damn, but then again, isn't making good food an achievement? Like, if I make good food, I'm a good person, but if I make bad food, then I'm a bad person. It's why so many people are taken by surprise when someone else mentions something they notice, but don't think anyone else did. Yeah, because everyone has, like, a subjective... But that's exactly what we're talking about. Everyone has a different, like, view of you, but then you also have a different view of yourself and how you act. At least that's what happens to me. Well, my self-worth is entirely around my achievements, but maybe less so, like, recently. Key criteria for self-esteem: alignment between aspirations and actual achievements. Evaluation by others: comparing oneself to others, comparing oneself to one's past. Oh, this is what I guess you should do-ish. Childhood experiences. Self-esteem is subjective. It's based on personal evaluation standards. It's not static and vary depending on circumstance. Okay. Was this really so short? I feel like my notes are like... When I sit there for 1 hour, 30 minutes in the lecture, I'm like, damn, this is like... I'm writing a lot of stuff down. But... Okay, wait. Yeah, a lot of my notes don't make any sense. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess we just learned about self-esteem, self-efficacy, and self-awareness, and the self, and just the brainwaves and consciousness. We learned what the consciousness is, but we didn't learn about consciousness. I guess we learned that conscious involves knowledge and willpower and attention. And there's the two states of consciousness: alert and altered. I'm sick as fuck. Based. Do you have COVID? Because you're not vaccinated. Okay. Yeah, this was good. Okay, on to the next one. That's not... Wait, it's supposed to be there. Okay. Oh. I love the memes that my psychology tutor puts in. Wait, do we have any photos? No, no photos. Oh shit, this is where it gets fun. This is attention. We're gonna learn about ADHD, baby. Translate this. Okay, let's go. We're gonna learn about how the attention works, guys. Data, information, knowledge, insight, wisdom, conspiracy theory. The Shiadis, ironically. Yeah, she's a memer. She's a memer. She's very self-aware, and she's like... She doesn't try to be a zoomer, but she's like, she has zoomer tendencies. Yeah, she adds these ironically. Okay. So, why resting is beneficial? Brain modes, the DMN, default mode network, operative rest work. Okay, so the default mode network only turns on when you're resting. Then we got the salience network, orientation to situational stimuli. Okay, so that's when you fucking do literally anything in life. And the central executive network is actively processing information. Okay, so we got 3 brain modes, guys, okay? The brain has 3 different modes. Default mode network. I don't feel like... I don't know if I will memorize the names. Can ChatGPT speak Lithuanian? Better than me. Way better than me. It can speak and write Lithuanian. The default mode network. A state where you feel like doing nothing. During this time, the brain reviews various situations, constructs and deconstructs ideas, produces insights and revelations. This is, I guess sleep would maybe count as a default mode network. This is why it says, this is why people say that when you go to sleep, you break down information better. Like you study and then you go to sleep, and then while you sleep, it gets rearranged better. Hello, Van Pixie. Relaxation often brings the best ideas. I do get the best ideas when I'm shitting on the toilet. Creativity thrives when schedules are not overfilled. True. There's nothing that like kills me more than when I know that I need to do something in like a set amount of time. And I can just relax and just exist without being in a time scramble. People who overwork without breaks may not be high achieving. May not be high achieving, but struggling. I feel like this doesn't make sense logically in terms of what it translated. Because it sounds like it won't say they may be high achieving, but struggling. Oh yeah. Okay, in Lithuanian, this is just like a comment. It's not like a statement. It's just a comment by my lecturer. Is that people who gloat about the fact that they're always working, they're grinding, they never have any free time, their schedule is always filled, they're like being a productive member of society, that you want to assert that there's something wrong with them mentally. It's like not to respect these people, but to actually look at them as a fucking... as like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a bit generalized, but yeah, I see what she means. Guys, how bad is it that in my Discover Weekly playlist, the 3rd song is called Skibbity by Little Big? I'm not listening to that. I'm absolutely not listening to that. Oh yeah, 23 minutes. It takes 23 minutes to take 23 minutes of rest regularly. It's a good song. No song ever made by Little Big has been good. Skibbity. Engage in social media detoxes and focus on live interactions. Yeah, take it back. No, Little Big is like literally one of the worst fucking artists I've ever seen. Every one of their songs has actually made me suicidal. Like it's genuinely up there with some of my most hated artists. Like every single thing they've ever made is a burning pile of steaming shit. Like it actually makes me angry when I listen to their songs. They're one of the few artists where it's like I feel violent when I listen to their songs. It just makes me want to hate the world. Okay, so for some reason 23 minutes was the thing. Oh wait, why does the brain need 23 minutes? The DMN. Oh, it takes 23 minutes for the brain to enter the default mode network. Oh, okay. I love that it says amen. This is my psychology tutor, guys, or not tutor, my psychology lecturer. Okay, this is what she does. Detox from social media. Okay, no. I'm pretty sure she hand makes all of these. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, the default mode network is on when we sleep. Okay, basically your brain needs the 23 minutes to enter the default mode network. Well, I wonder if you just sit there doing literally nothing, staring at a wall, does that enter the default mode network? Is it something that you can consciously enter? I mean, I guess if you need to take 23-minute breaks, I guess, yeah. Okay. I wonder, because, yeah, it says that, like, your rhythm of your brain changing into different phases can fuck up your life. I wonder if, you know, maybe, I don't know, some anxiety, learning problem issues can strive from the fact that you're not, like, entering the default mode network while you're sleeping. And then what if, like, you're in the default mode network, I don't know, against your will when you're, like, in school or something and you're phasing out and falling asleep. Okay. FOMO, fear of missing out. Fear of missing opportunities or events negatively impacts creativity and overall well-being. Example, people frantically rushing on Halloween events to avoid missing out, or watching my stream because you don't want to miss out. Attention, key points. Attention is fundamental to cognitive activity. It acts as the glue for cognitive processes. People differ in attention capacities. Oh yeah, that you can pay attention, or I think the 7 ± 2 units. I think this is how many, like, I know that, for example, it's like 7 ± 2, like, numbers that you can hold in your mind at the same time in memory tests. So I guess it's how many things you can actively pay attention to. If I'm understanding it correctly. Attention can be expanded and trained. I need to really train my attention. That's like the one thing. Sustained attention requires development over time, potentially up to 21 years. Yeah, because you're prefrontal cortex, or was it the prefrontal cortex? Or no, isn't it your, like, prefrontal lobes or something? I think it's the prefrontal lobes that develop up to, like, 25, whatever. The ones that, again, control your inhibitions. Attention mechanics.